Moose is in the house. Moose is in the house. Watch out. Watch out. Here's Moosey.
Okay, check one. There we go. How's everyone doing? I'm just gonna say what I said to nobody apparently. Hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm doing okay. I'm doing pretty good. I'm unkempt. I got the gross ass beard happening. And that's just because, you know, my work schedule this week has been kind of insane. And because it's been kind of insane, it does mean that we did not get to stream much this week, which sucks. But we're streaming today. And we're going to be doing something that's actually Monster Rancher related for the first time in what feels like a million years. I guess I technically was doing speedrunning and stuff last time, so, you know, it's not that big of a deal. But we're doing a competitive build for the first time in quite some time. I am going to be raising a monster for the Deluxe Cup today. How am I doing? I'm doing good. Yeah, combination of, like, a lot of, like, an insane amount of work and, like, feeling under the weather has been pretty tough. But, you know, we persevere. We go next. We're doing okay. I also did like a lot of boxing this week. So on top of like, you know, not feeling good physically, it was also like really draining to like keep up with the training. And then yeah, work was like actually insane. On Monday, I worked 6 a.m. till 10 p.m. And then I slept for 3 hours. And then I had to be back for 2 a.m. and until 2 p.m. So I did a 16-hour and then a 3-hour break and then a 12-hour. It was rough. Well, we survived. And then yesterday was like kind of a normal day for work. What was yesterday? I don't even remember. I wasn't aware today was Thursday until like 20 minutes ago. I have no idea what's going on in my life anymore. But yeah, sparring was like underwhelming yesterday because we had 2 new guys and they were afraid. So because they were afraid, I didn't want to like hit very hard. Obviously, you try not to hit very hard in the first place, but like I pulled like a lot of punches because I was like, oh, their head's like wide open, like I can't, just a little tap, and like that's fun. But there's 1 or 2 people that I regularly spar with who, you know, put a little bit more effort into it, and it's a little bit more fun when it's like, oh, I gotta keep my head on a swivel or else I'm gonna get smoked. Whereas these guys, it was like, oh, they would have got me, but they like finished the punch like 8 inches out from my head, and it's just like, all right. Do I counterpunch that? Do I pretend that like I got hit? Like, what am I supposed to do? Hey, Torble. Smartphone when you're actually being pressed? Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Torble. Hope you're having a fantastic day. But yeah. So Deluxe Cup coming up end of the month. We're a couple of weeks out at this point. We got like 50-ish people who've signed up. I know there will be a few more who sign up right before it's time. I'm going to do some more promo for it in the next little bit. Yeah, 50 right now. And then once Deluxe Cup is done, we'll go hard on the Combo Breaker stuff. But you can also still sign up for Combo Breaker. I think there's like 8 people signed up for that right now, which is pretty sick. 38 years is wild. Yeah, oh my god. 38 years? That's almost 2 years. It's almost a year. Getting so lazy, don't know what you want to make. For this, inspired by the video I'm working on, I think we're going to make a Baku. I've never made a competitive Baku. He's pretty straightforward, but we've never done it. So we're going to try it. It's time for Combo Breaker again. I mean, it's happening in May. But, you know, you got to get your shit together before then. Did your submission for Combo Breaker go through? I don't know. What do you mean? Like, did you sign up? I'm not, like, monitoring it 24/7. I don't get, like, notifications when people sign up for it. You'll be able to tell. There's no, like, wait and see. It tells you if you're signed up. Like, you simply have to, like start.gg takes care of all that shit. I don't need to look. You're untrusting of the website? Why would I know better than the website does? That's a crazy thing to assume. Because I'm just going to look at the website. So, like, I'm getting my information from the same place you are. I was like, I don't trust what this book says. Can you read it to me? I trust it if you say it. I was like, okay. Anyway, we're raising a Baku. Let's get into it. Where's my sound? There we go. Baku round robin foreshadowing? No. No, because there's like one Baku build. Baku's really funny, but he's not like a complicated monster. There's not a lot of nuance to Baku. Okay, and because I'm unbelievably lazy, we're just gonna pick the Baku that starts with grit. This is just a straight up base Baku. Nothing particularly crazy about him, but he does start with grit. So that's pretty hype. Oh, Rancher Rundown. I mean, yeah. Yeah, kind of. I gotta come up with a name for him, though. I was thinking about this earlier, and I don't really know what to call him. Picking a name is like the hardest part. Picking a name is the hardest part. Tom Petty? Bomb Petty? Bomb Petty would be pretty good. Molgar? Barkus? Barkus Beanix? Big Boy Barkus? That would fit. Big Boy Barkus fits. We need some alliteration. The big bumbler. Does that fit? The big. I could just count it on my fingies.
I want to play video games.
Hey, go pause. Diving Doug. I was thinking of the big bumble. No. Big Boy Barkus. God backwards. I should play this on PlayStation. I haven't played Monster Hunter since Evo. Damn. I think we're gonna go with a regular dog. Exclamation mark. Jumbo Dumbo, Body Slam Bill. He's a regular. He looks like a regular dog. Okay, so if you don't know anything about Baku, I'm gonna spoil things a little bit. To the point where I probably can't put this out before the Rancher Rundown comes out. There is one reason to run Baku. And the reason you run Baku is to get Diving Press. So we're going to be getting Diving Press and probably Bite and then call it. And that'll be it. That'll probably be it. Look, I love little Baku. I wish I could keep him baby-sized. It's too hard to raise his speed, though. Look at how big his back legs are. His front legs are like little tiny. No tech chain into 2 and 3 bites? No, they're quite different. 2 bites is okay. 2 bites is like really good for the cost, actually. It's just expensive. Okay, so if I look at Baku real quick, RQ. Where's the entry calculator? There we go. Baku. Baku. I have to... Oh, priority skipping is going to be tough. I got to go like now. Alright, so the first half of the stream is going to be priority skipping. This might be the whole stream. Here we go. Tongue Slap's pretty okay, but it runs counter to the other thing. Can you get Deluxe Cup entrant head count? About 50 right now. Let's go, buddy. I believe in you, a regular dog. Okay, dog versus camel. Who will win? He's biting him. That's crazy. Everyone's entering last minute. Yeah, we'll have some last minute entrants. Alright, we're going to skip this now. I don't think there's a very good chance of him getting this. That's fine. This is going to possibly take a little while. Oh, whoops. I should have, loaded the actual save instead of the quick save. So I got 3% chance of getting the tech I want, and 3% chance of getting the tech I don't want. It's slightly more to get the tech I don't want. So a lot of people are gonna put the smackdown on. Oh, you're gonna be winning it? Been a very long time since I've been on your stream. Welcome. I also kind of want to redo low skill gel ID I stole from you because I'm pretty certain the one I have is made with tech deletion. Low skill gel is pretty fun. I don't know if like minus skill builds are like kind of weird in 3500. You can't like... Is the minus 4 or minus 8% accuracy to get extra life that important? It's more like noticeable in like 2997 because in that you can like go like super big on your minus skill because there's a lot of builds that aren't going to be running any speed. So if you went like 700 skill even or 600 skill get, hey, let's see what we got. Yeah, we're building a Baku. Because even if you went like 700 skill, that's going to be really good against all the tanks. And that extra 300 points into life or whatever is pretty sick. Alright, wrong tech. Baku building. 3% chance, baby. We'll get it. I like how he's the exact same color as the sand dunes. He's got perfect camouflage. I make your first non-hard mode dragon. Dragon's sick. It might take a couple tries. That's okay. It's part of the process. It's the journey. The journey is what matters. That and winning. and the destination. And the friends you made along the way. It all matters. Only dragon you made so far was named I Have One Job and it was a hard mode crab dragon with only dragon combo? That's kind of crazy. Slop Tart? Yeah, Slop Tart looks sick. Tank Pink Gem is fun. That's for true. You know, I'm gonna be real. I'm not really feeling a regular dog. We're gonna use this grind to think of a better name. Knowles Barkley and Deluxe Cup, hell yeah. Favorite secret monster? Like monsters that are not unlocked at the beginning of the game? Niton. Niton is the most secret monster. Because there's no explanation on how to unlock him, and when you do unlock him, it doesn't tell you you've unlocked him. It, like... You just did. It's like, Niton is also here. I want to do Combo Breaker this year? No clue if I can swing it. I feel that. It's a commitment for sure. You unlock Undine and Niton is there too. And then also Zilla, but like later. Niton just like shows up. May or may not have been invited. Decided between Combo Breaker and Evo. I'm not super interested in like ever going to Evo unless I'm going with a group of friends, because watching fighting games live is not like super interesting to me unless, you know, I have people around me that I'm invested in like the results with, because I've done it a million times. I've been to like 100 billion tournaments. And on finals day, I'm always like, I got a headache and I don't really want to be here. And like, I'm just like, I'm here because there's other people here, but like, I'm not like super interested in watching what happens. And Evo is like, you know, it's getting better from what I've heard about like the spectator experience and like the non-hyper competitive experience. But I think Combo Breaker's better for that still. So goddamn expensive, really nothing special. I mean, yeah, it's also on the strip, right? So that shit's expensive as hell. I remember when even Salty Bet used to show Evo? Yeah. Expensive. We learned that the hard way our first time. Yeah, it's not budget friendly. I have like no real interest in going to Evo. Raising Baku for Deluxe, yeah. We're grinding for diving press. Not a great chance to get it. We're only got a 3% chance. But if I raise my power at all before doing this, I'm gonna have like a 99% chance to get tongue slap, which is still fine, but it's not what we want. There's no other requirements, right? No, just 3% chance auto learn. %30 chance on each week it rolls a new chance. We've only learned one technique through this. Like, we've only ever gotten it to say new skill once, and it was the wrong tech. I don't mean like of all time, I mean today. If I win, am I going to get a Baku plushie? That might be part of my decision. Also because just like the Mochi last year, it would be really funny if it won. Scumroll and text can be growing. Yeah, but we're chilling. We're not... You guys aren't watching for... Well, you probably are watching for the Monster Hunter content, so I apologize. I'm not there yet with my level of my streamerhood. You're not captive audience who's just gonna watch whatever I play. I've learned that the hard way. It's like, oh, let's check out this fun new game. And everybody's like, no, you're not doing mindless bullshit in Monster Hunter. I want nothing to do with this. But this, you guys love this slot. Hell yeah. This is what makes people subscribe. Me checking out Die in the Dungeon 3 weeks before it's even available to be purchased? Who cares? Me losing my fucking mind speedrunning Monster Hunter 2 for 40 minutes? 10 times the viewership. We love the grind, don't we, folks? We love our grind. Every single video I put out that isn't a Monster Hunter video has done unbelievably badly. Except for, like, DQM and the Pokemon video. Because, like, those were, like, you know, legitimately good videos. As far as, like, edited stream VODs, it stopped me from, like, putting out, like, the Mombazoo video because I was just like, nobody's gonna watch this. I don't want to spend 14 hours editing this shit for no reason. Even though I think it's very funny. But, like, the Mega Knockdown video got, like, no viewership. It's fine. Like, again, I don't blame anybody. You're allowed to watch whatever you want. I'm not sitting here in a malaise about it. But you guys do like your Monster Hunter, is all I'm saying. Yeah, we got Diving Press. Second attempt. Not too bad. You here for the dog headbutting a camel content? Hell yeah. Pretty hyped about One Must Fall. I still have a One Must Fall video. Like, the script is like 90% written, but I just don't know what to do with it. It's gonna be a lot of work to edit it. Maybe I can have something out this year. Monkey Puncher is fun. I love Monkey Puncher. I don't have a... what do you call it? I don't have any Monkey Puncher videos out. That's something that has to be edited and thrown up soon. Okay, so we got Diving Press. He's a big sleepy boy. I don't have any peaches on this file, I don't think. So, lowering my defense. I have enough paradoxes that it shouldn't be a big deal, but I do need to go get some peaches at some point. Let me get my advanced viewer open. See the Mega Knockdown had a ton of progress these days? Yeah, I talk to the guy pretty often. I saw him at Combo Breaker, actually. We sat down and we played like a bunch of Mega Knockdown. Baby Baku is his first move, hell yeah. How much skill, life, and power will I be aiming for in Baku? So this is going to be a standard 3500 build. Max power, max skill, 800 speed, 702 life, and then 1 intelligence and 4 defense. Or vice versa. After you asked the question, you got 2 ads in a row. 2 ads in a row? Holy moly, you got 2 15-second ads in a row? That's fucking crazy, bro. I'd just end it if I were you. That's rough. I'm sorry you had to go through that. What did you even ask? Anybody know just how much stress feeding disliked foods gives your monster? It's complicated. There's a whole table on legendcup.com. There's a game that mixed like Street Fighter and Smash that we met at Combo Breaker, and the game was pretty fun. That's cool. I really only played Mega Knockdown in the thing. In the dev space. Have to collect yourself after hearing about the 15-second ads. It's actually heinous. Alright. So I'm gonna rest again. He's a little baby mode. They're more like 30. Is it 30? Is it a minute of ads? Maybe it's a minute of ads. 1 minute of ads every 20 minutes is like... You're welcome. I'm running the minimum amount of ads Twitch will allow me to run without having pre-roll. I was in a dev space with friends and I were looking for a place to play Tekken casuals, and he actually stole their table. Fool. Thoughts and prayers. These trying times. Alright. I do have a gold peach. Okay, so we'll be fine. But yeah, I'm gonna need to lower my intelligence and my defense. No, it only needs to be under 100. We're fine. What am I talking about? It doesn't need to go all the way down to 1. But yeah, we're gonna crank the shit out of our stats here. So, if you guys don't know about, like, how to maximize your stats, easiest thing you can do is make sure you raise your monster's best stat gains when they're like baby and adolescent, and then don't bother raising their stats they suck at until they're in prime. So I'm not even going to touch speed until I'm in prime, and then we're going to do like 800 speed all at once. There's a fail. I can't have him fail while the Paradoxin is active because he will it's just like a lifespan hit for no reason. Paradoxin and Pull is gonna like absolutely tank my speed, but it's fine. We'll make it up. This is gonna be like a relatively easy build. I'm not doing anything crazy. I do have the gold peach, which is nice. I can tell he failed. I got it open on the advanced viewer. Okay, he does not want to do this drill for some reason. There we go. Anything under 100 is fine. Claus was a godsend when I was making my mon for this. It's just not fun otherwise. It's way too hard. Alright, go up to 999 attack before prime, and I don't know what to do now, so I'm just raising skill. That's a good idea. So speed with the resets? Yeah, it's muscle memory. Muscle memory. Baku with max speed would probably be a horrifying thing to encounter IRL. Yeah, 100%. Oh, I fucked up. Okay, so we're just gonna do a light drill here, so I can feed it Paradoxin next week, and then, oh my god, dude. Actually, I'm gonna let it fail, because if I scold it here, he's gonna gain fear. And that is fine, because that means he is less likely to fail now. It's like he's standing there menacingly, next second he's in front of you. Yeah, he like teleports into you. We're gonna see a little bit of that. What you see the speed he does diving press at? That's basically it. Also, our stats are like basically good enough to beat rank C already. Like, look at this. He is 3 months old. We're doing okay. He does have the 2 skill gain, which, you know, is not good. Okay, you gotta stop yelling, brother. Six? We got a maximum roll? Hell yeah. That's the best roll you can get in baby stage. The Baku from the Monster Hunter training was so strong. Poor Baku, I know. They did him dirty. Yeah, now Peter paradoxing. Paradox makes me think of Hans Moleman as a Mogi meme on the server. I'm 3 years old. Paradoxing has ruined my life. There's not a lot of really good Monster Hunter memes, but that one's definitely up there. All the anime's problems, I did like Baku. There's a lot of problems in the end. It's not a very good show. It's fun. And I mean, I guess for like a Saturday morning kids cartoon, that's the best you can hope for. For a lot, like especially shows of that era. It doesn't need to be high art. It's a show made for children to capture the attention of children. It doesn't need to be viewed through the lens of like, is this objectively good or not? People love to do that, but I think it's kind of pointless. Hey, Pyro! Thank you, Pyro. Could be a lot worse, like Donkey Kong or Mortal Kombat. Hey, Frenzied! See a combo breaker? Hell yeah. You powderize your Paradox and enjoy it that way? You put it in your coffee, eh? Darkstalkers cartoon? We don't talk about it because it's literally not worth talking about. I was a big fan of the Donkey Kong show. I was a big fan of anything that was like video game related as a kid. I was like, oh my god. Because like back in like, that would have been like late 90s. But, or mid 90s even. But that was like at a time where it was, video games were still not like hyper mainstream. They were like popular in the sense of like kids liked them, but it wasn't like everybody was like into it, you know? Like what's happening right now with like me streaming a video game and having people actually watch, let alone a game that like nobody gave a shit about, was like unbelievably foreign concept. Like who would do that? I remember thinking streaming was stupid as a kid. I might still think it's kind of stupid. But I was just like, when I first heard about streaming, it was, I think, because friends were watching StarCraft finals or something. I was like, okay, I get it. It's kind of like pro sports. I understand. But, like, even when I did, like, FGC stuff and tournaments, I was, like, not interested in, like, watching other people play the games. But now it's like, you know, obviously accepted for the most part as like a normal ass thing within reason. But back then it was just like, oh my god, there's a cartoon about a video game. That's insane. It's automatically good. I love it. But yeah, I love the Donkey Kong show. I don't understand this. Paradox, it takes 18 weeks off your life and it just takes them from the stage you're in. Doesn't shorten the length of your prime. No, it doesn't take them, like, it doesn't shorten the rest of your lifespan in a way where it's like it takes an average chunk from, like, everything. Like, say this monster has 400 weeks of lifespan, which, because he does. Taking away 18 weeks does not give him, like, 382 total. What it does is it just advances his life 18 weeks forward. Now, Let's Plays are kind of antiquated. Oh, for sure. You understood the value of streaming. You're so fucking smart. Also, took a while to get connected with the internet and didn't care about peering to real life streams. I still don't. I'm gonna be real. Alright, so that's it for my paradoxins. We wasted 100 weeks of this monster's life. But it's barely in child. And we're doing okay. I honestly... we're doing pretty good. We are in a good spot. Not too big into them. Still don't actually avoid them, but like before, yeah, I think that's kind of how I feel too. Before I was like, this is like active, this is stupid, and now I'm just like indifferent. Some creators are finding ways to bring LPs back, but long-form full playthroughs and quick one-offs still do way better. Yeah, I think that's the play. So happy you're a Baku. I am a Baku. What's the final tech loadout you're looking for? Diving press and bite. And we got diving press. So we're almost there. This will be a quick one stream build. And like I started late. I didn't like actually start playing until about 9. Is this tying into the eventual Baku rundown? Yeah, it's a spoiler in the sense that the reason you raise Baku competitively is for this move. There's not a lot of variety. It's a fun niche, but like Baku does not have a lot of options that are like objectively very good. Diving press is cracked though. So, I mean, you're going to pick up diving press. And if you don't, it's fine. No one's stopping you. But you're making a mistake. Also, I did this wrong. I fed it in nuts oil. Tab's still going to get rid of most of this, so we're fine. But diving press ended your Phoenix and finals in DXBL Weekly last year. It'll do that. Was that the one Matt Bourne won? I like don't even have to do battles with this guy. Love diving press and tongue slap. They're both really fun, yeah. 3 in a row. Get Borned. Famous Jet album, Get Borned. I used to rent a room from a guy, and I've told stories about him. How he was like a crazy like men's rights activist and like legitimately like not okay as a person. Like he was going through some like crazy shit like with his parents and stuff, and like he was not normal about women. But all of that aside, one of the most insane things I ever heard him say, was he a dog abuser? I probably, if he, I don't know. I you know, that's slander at that point. I can't say. I don't know. One of the craziest things I ever heard him say, though, was that Jet's Get Born was the only perfect album to ever be recorded. And I was like, that is so fucking crazy, dude. Like, I actually laughed when he said it, because I thought it was a joke. And he got, like, viscerally angry. Like, I don't think I've seen someone's face go that red. And like, I don't even know if you guys know the album I'm talking about. It's like the most standard like rock album of all time. It's a very average, you know, early 2000s rock album. Never heard Jet, Are You Gonna Be My Girl? Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum, bum, bum. A lot of tambourine. They love their tambourine, man. Turn your head and come with me. I think it was big because of an iPod commercial. We're too young for you? That's not fucking true. You guys are watching a Monster Rancher stream in the year 2025. You're old as shit. Only one is crazy? That's, like, liking the album? Whatever. I'm not... To not be able to think of an album better, though? Like, even within that, like, same space is insane. Like, I was like, what are you talking about? And the guy was, like, really into music, too. So it's not like he was just... Like, he was just out of the loop. You guys have heard Jet. If you listen to the radio at all in the year 2003, you heard Jet. Are You Gonna Be My Girl? Cold Hard Bitch! They had a fucking song called Cold Hard Bitch. Look what you've done. You made a fool of everyone. Or whatever. I don't remember how that song goes. That was like a bad Oasis song, basically. You probably heard of Jet. Sure as heck don't remember them. 2003 was my AFI phase, so I forget. I mean, it was my AFI phase, too. Sing the Sorrow came out in March of 2003. I have such vivid memories of Christmas 2003. Listening, like, I was 13 at the time. Obviously, this was not like you know, the magic of like Christmas as it was like kind of going away at that point. I wasn't a kid anymore. Been years since I believed in Santa. Obviously, I'm not in like going into high school believing in Santa. I mean, Santa's real for sure, 100%. Definitely don't want to ruin that for anybody. But I have like a really vivid memory of like it being one of the first times I like stayed up past midnight and like watch the clock tick over to midnight and to Christmas. But I also kind of didn't give a shit. I was kind of like, ah, that's cool. It's Christmas now. And it's weird how like you have these like foundational memories that are like completely like there's nothing really important about it. But for whatever reason, it just gets stuck in your brain. And mine is Christmas Eve, rolling over into Christmas in the year 2003, listening to Sing the Sorrow, and playing Circle of the Moon on an emulator at, like, I think 50% speed because my computer could not run it, like, properly. Circle of the Moon's a fun-ass game. People love to talk shit about it, and it's like, what? Okay, the game is poorly designed. Just because a game sucks doesn't mean it sucks. Just a radio rock band. What's even special at all about Jet? That's what I'm saying. I love Circle of the Moon. The card system is like one of the jankiest things I've ever seen in any video game. And like, it's very charming because of that. You also got Happy Mask from Backstreet Boys Millennium. Hell yeah. I forget what Sing the Sorrow gives in this game, but Black Sails in the Sunset gives a Blue Kato, as we learned through Big Lucker. I have to shit on how the card system is drop-based more than anything else. I kind of like it as a system. That's kind of how I feel, too. But when I was playing it as a kid, I, like, you know, I just had 800 ROMs on my computer that I had gotten from my friend. And so I was just slowly going through them, playing all these GBA games. And, I mean, I totally owned it legally. 100%. And then it, like, got to a point where I was just like, I don't understand how the cards work. Is it, like, certain monsters or this or that? It turns out it is certain monsters, and it is also just random drops. But the card system in Circle of the Moon is a Monster Rancher game. There's two types of cards. There's like a Roman God card and an animal card or a familiar card. And you would combine them to make different power-ups. So like the Mars would like change your whip into different things, and then if you used like Mars plus Unicorn, you would get like a holy whip. If you used Mars plus the Mandragora, you would get like an earth-powered whip. And you know, everything had different elemental affinities in the game. And so you had 2 sets of cards, and they all made different combos. And it wasn't really obvious a lot of the time what they were. And if you didn't have like a game facts guide, you could like get cards and just be like, I don't know what the fuck this does. It's, I think, the first Castlevania game that allows you to have a gun. So that's pretty cool. Pluto plus Black Dog to become an awesome skeleton. Yeah, you die in 1 hit, but you have like a 1 in 16 chance to throw a bone that does 9,999 damage. Shut the speedrunner breaking circles so hard we now have nuclear fusion trick. How does that work? I don't know anything about the speedrun. It's like the butterfly meme guy, and a game with a combination mechanic is this a sponsor entry? That's what I'm saying. It's like the Calvin and Hobbes meme of like, all games are menus or QuickTime events. Pokemon is a menu game. Dark Souls, despite not having any QuickTime events, is a QuickTime event game. Those are the only 2 types of games. There's Monster Rancher, which is a menu game with combination. Circle of the Moon is a Monster Rancher. Monkey Puncher is a Monster Rancher. Fight Night 4, or yeah, Fight Night 4 is a Monster Rancher. Fight Night was a lot of fun to play on stream too. I think people enjoyed it, but also, you know, nobody tuned in. The people who tuned in seem to like it. It's a fun game. Dark Souls is a QuickTime event that beats you up because you didn't read the menu. No, you can't learn anything from the menus in Dark Souls. All the items are like a funny ring owned by a man with small hands, and it's like, okay, this actually gives you 18 lightning resist. But it's like, it doesn't fucking tell you that. It's like, what does this mean? Dig did like boxing and Epo, so pretty specific. It's embarrassing how much I'm into boxing now. Like, the same way that like when I was a child and I started karate, I was obsessed with the Three Ninjas movies. It's very similar. The last year, like, you know, training, I've been like obsessed with like watching fights and like rewatching Epo. And I'm gonna play Fight Night 4 again. Why is that embarrassing? Because it's a little overbearing. It's more I'm self-conscious about like feeling like a poser. Simpsons Hit and Run 2003. Also, someone said Meteora. Those were the first 2 CDs I ever bought with my own money once I got a job. I was in grade 8 and I got a job at the convenience store and I bought Sing the Sorrow and then I bought Meteora. And I think I bought Songs for the Deaf that year as well. And that was like my first 3. Or I guess it'd be Songs for the Dead, right? Songs for the Deaf is the track on it. What is it? Which is it? It is Songs for the Deaf. Okay. Songs for the Dead is a song on it. Pokemon Ruby. Yeah, I remember not knowing there was a new Pokemon game until my cousin brought it over and he's like, oh yeah, this is Pokemon Ruby. I'm like, oh, what the hell? Minutes to Midnight? Hell yeah. Hybrid Theory 2. I wasn't actually a huge Linkin Park fan. I was around the time of Meteora. In the End was like the biggest song in the world when it came out, so it was impossible to like not know about it. But Meteora was like, Faint was the craziest fucking song I had ever heard in my life. at that point. I was like, this is so aggressive. I'm like, holy shit. Still a good song. The bridge on Faint is still like... I really wish they would have done more of that. Because that shit is like so like legitimately heavy. But you could tell there's like a, no, we need to be able to sell this to Middle America. You can't go nuts. We'll let you have a music video for this song. It can be a single. Alright, he's in adolescence now. Let's take a look at our monster. He's doing okay. Any other weird stand-up memories? I'll remember all kinds of weird Monster Rancher 2 stuff when I played it as a friend's house growing up. I got lots of Monster Rancher 2 memories for sure. I remember raising my first ghost, and I remember it was the weekend, and my dad was sleeping on the couch, and I wanted to name my ghost Archimedes for some reason, and so I had to ask my mom how it was spelled. And I remember, like, because we had like huge bay windows, but we didn't really have like blinds or anything because we live in the middle of nowhere, so we didn't really need the privacy. So when the sun would be coming through at like 8 p.m., it's still sunny out, but like the sun is starting to set, and it would come right through the window and just like glare on the TV. So I would have to like take like push pins and put like a comforter up over the window, and that was like our blinds basically. And I remember doing that, and I remember like falling on my dad while he was sleeping, and like he didn't notice. And then like hours went by, and he got like so overheated and so hot, and he just woke up just unbelievably pissed. And so he's just like muttering to himself, like, fucking blanket, blah, blah, blah. Like, why do I remember that? I don't know. Did he get kicked out of bed? It was in the afternoon. Growing up with this game sounds like such a cool experience. It's probably so much more whimsical. Yeah, like, I appreciate the game in a way now that is different than the way I appreciated it as a kid. Part of growing up is, like, realizing that you can't go home anymore, right? Like, the world you grew up in is gone, and it kind of sucks, but... you're not the first generation that's happened to. It's every other person who's ever lived. Thanks for a story. Love stuff like that. It's just like it's not an interesting story, but I think it's interesting that like it's stuck in my brain forever. Also, I remember it was around Christmas. I only had this game for like 8 months, and then I've told the story before. I'll tell it again about how I lost my first copy of Monster Rancher 2. I used to just rent it from the store, and then my mom got me a copy after renting it over and over again, like every weekend. But I remember raising Draco Doll for the first time. It was around Christmas, and my mom and my sister were like putting up decorations or putting away decorations or something. And it was the first time my mom ever called me lazy. And I was just like so like aghast. I was like, how dare you? They were working on something, and I was playing video games, and I was like, what, do you think I'm lazy or something? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, of course. And I'm like, why I never, the nerve. She was right though. What was your first successful monster in Monster Rancher 2 that got you to Major 4? Mine was Battle of Rocks. I got a really boring one in Blue Kato. I had a Blue Kato with max intelligence, skill, and speed, and a couple of intelligence stacks, and that was enough. Must have changed my whole life? No, you'd think so, but I'm still lazy. Isn't that how hard min-maxing is? I know. But yeah, this game is it's impossible to appreciate it now on the same level as I did when I was a kid. Because, like, you know, not only does, like, familiarity breed contempt, also the mechanics and, like, what made it interesting in the first place is just, like, it could only exist in the era it existed in. I think that's what makes the game so special, right? Is that what makes it cool is part of the zeitgeist, right? It just, if it didn't exist in the late 90s, it probably wouldn't have worked out. Because, I mean, it was only 3 years before this game came out that the PlayStation 1 came out. And then, you know, by the end of the PlayStation 2 era, this whole idea was, like, super, like, antiquated already. So there was really only a period of, like, 7 or 8 years where this idea would work in, like, the gamut, or not even the gamut, but, like, in the wide expanse of, like, human history. It's kind of crazy to think. So it's really fascinating. Obviously a huge fan of this game. But, like, with the gimmick gone, there's still so much to appreciate about the game. I keep wanting to go back to, like, learning game dev. Last year in the summer, I had some downtime, and, you know, I learned a little bit about 3D modeling, and I was learning Godot, and it's very easy. Everybody on the planet has started a project. Everybody's like, I'm going to make this thing, and it's going to be the greatest thing I've ever done. And I kind of went into it without any plan. I was like, I'm going to just kind of learn stuff, and if I don't, like, if other things get in the way, I'm not going to, like, feel too bad about it. And that's what happened. It's unfortunate, but, you know, work came along and whatnot. But it's been, like, a good, like, 6 months since the Centaur video that, like, I've done any 3D modeling. And I think I just, like, I don't have enough time to work on everything I want to do in my life. There's not enough hours in the day. Are we on 3-star already? All right, we're, yeah, we're not doing polls anymore. 845 power is pretty good for where we are. Getting up to, like, 900 at least is probably fine. And then we can worry about the rest later. And the whole idea of monster racing existing in a bubble, there was a sort of gold rush. Yeah, on top of that, it existed because of what came before it, and then, like, it iterated in a pretty cool way. Did I use any peaches? No, we're not even in Prime yet. We're Adolescent 1 right now. Baku's a late bloom, so it's good for drug training, but it's not great for raising your stats at battles and stuff later. So it's probably easiest for me to actually just, like, try and max out my power while I can. I don't know how many times I'm willing to do this. He's got such a low chance to actually succeed. Nah, fuck it. It's too many. Still enjoy the game as much as I did as a kid, but I'm gaining technical knowledge from watching your tournament vids. Engine vids got me started on the technical side back in the day. Yeah, Engine still pops in every now and then. And it's so funny because he's like, hey guys. Dude, Engine is so funny. Because, like, he won't say anything for years. And then he'll just pop into the Discord and be like, did you miss me? And then, like, just never says never responds. And everyone's like, oh my god, hey, it's been so long. But then he just, like, leaves everyone hanging, like, every time. Game programming is damn difficult. Those programmers in the 80s were geniuses. Yeah, it's much more easy and accessible now. Like, when I was in high school, I built, like, a bunch of games in Game Maker. I wouldn't call myself... I mean, it's technically game dev, but, you know, I'm not... I'm a game dev in the way that, like, people who are trying to motivate you say, like, if, you know, you worked on a game, you're a game dev. Like, even if it's not Like, I never made anything substantial. But, I was really, like, interested. I'm like, you know what? I got some downtime. I'm gonna, like, learn this stuff. And there's a game I've been wanting to make for years. I, like, started it when I was, like, 14 years old. When I came up with the concept. And, you know, I've just been, like, had it on the back burner. And then about 10 years ago, I had, like, a real shot to, like, make it happen with some friends. And the more we talked about it, the more I realized, you know, they didn't want the game to be what I wanted it to be, which is fine. That shit happens, and you can't be too precious about it. But, like, they were changing, like, the genre and stuff, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm into this. So, and then that fell through, obviously, because, you know, everything always does. And so I was like, fuck it. I'll, like, learn some stuff, and I'll just try and make it on my own. And then I don't know. I have too many hobbies is what it comes down to. If I wanted to make that, I would probably have to stop doing another thing I do. Either video editing or boxing or, like, play music less or something like that. There would have to be something that I would have to, like, cut out. You can just do whatever, right? Like, you're allowed to just, like, learn new hobbies and stuff. But the problem is there is only so many hours in the day. So it depends on, like, you need to prioritize your time. Failing that too, eh? Okay, he doesn't want to do any of the 3 stars. That's crazy. Is it Troron time? Might be Troron time. Life's almost where I want it to be, too. But yeah, the game would be cool to put out, but it's hard to half-ass something like that, right? Whereas, like, you know, I can kind of half-ass video content occasionally. Not really with the Rancher Rundowns, but with other stuff. And streaming. You know, I try to do as much streaming as I can, but there's a lot of things standing in my way this week. Big ideas are the devil. At least in my experience, it helps a ton to start and complete little projects that aren't going to be your magnum opus. Well, I mean, for me, I have, like, a whole document on, like, things I need to learn first, and, like, things that I could work on to learn those skills. I think I set myself up to, like, succeed if I was to, like, really, like, give it an honest go. Like, learning how to make menus and, like, have them animate the way I want, and, like, work on a little project that would have me, like, making menus, and then, you know, for certain types of movements and things like that, and all the other little ideas and systems I want to put in. And then, you know, once I felt comfortable with all of those little things, then I was gonna, like, start working on something bigger. But yeah, you're absolutely correct that, like, people have grand ideas and they don't, like, understand anything about scope. And it's really easy to just get bogged down and be like, oh my god, this is, like, actually gonna take 100 million years because I want to do too many things. Or, like, I need to learn so many things, or whatever it happens to be, you know? I had a friend, he was a roommate, and I remember him talking about how, like, he had this idea for a game he wanted to make, and it was like an MMO, and he talked about all the things he wanted to put in it, and he's like, yeah, I'm just working on this by myself. And it's like, oh, you're gonna make a one-person MMO? And Godspeed, brother. And obviously that never actually came to fruition, and that's not me, like, shitting on him or anything. It's just, like, very obviously was never gonna work. Right? Like, it is what it is. It's Not his fault. It's just he didn't understand the amount of shit that goes on behind the scenes. And to his credit, he's like learned a significant amount about coding since then. And he's like made little projects and stuff that are like legitimately cool. So it took him realizing like, okay, this is not going to work out the way I wanted, to like start working on something that made a little bit more sense. But you know, either way, he got there. Everybody knows a guy like that. Everybody knows an ideas guy, right? And being just the ideas guy is like, one, super like not productive because everybody's got ideas. But two, if you're the ideas guy, and you have any sort of self-awareness, it feels real bad to be like, I'm just giving suggestions. I don't really know what I'm doing. And that's kind of what it was like when me and my friends were working on my version of the game, and they're like, we want to do it this way. And I'm like, well, I literally don't know enough to like say otherwise. It's just okay. And then it got like way too off like what I wanted it to be. And then that was that. That's way better than I expected. I think the real danger is becoming a grown-ass man and still thinking that way. Oh, for sure. 100%. If you're like not 20 anymore and you're still thinking that way, I think like you've made some mistakes. A lot of people try to push projects onto me without realizing the sheer scope, time, energy, skill it takes. Yeah. I don't even ask people if they want to help out. I'll tell people what I'm working on. And if they're like, oh, that sounds cool, I'll be like, are you interested in helping out? And then, but I'm not like, hey, I need X, Y, and Z. Are you available? I don't even bother. Okay. I don't know why I'm looking at the schedule like I'm actually going to enter him in a tournament. He's still Adolescent 1. It's a long way to go. Power's almost max, though. Life is almost there. Okay, I need 20 life from where I'm at. So that's going to be it. Last cannon. Yeah, he's going to have some speed, though. We got to go on an errantry. We got to go get Bite. I don't want to raise my life anymore because I'm just going to go on errantry now. We're going to be fine. Because I don't want my life to go over 702. Got 5 at the end? Okay, cool. Tachi. Oh! How did I miss? Giving him power? Yes. Anger with a monster that does self-damage is like a really bad... It's a really bad idea. If you're not raising a full tank. And I'm not, so... Alright, so we got Bite. We had a guy on our Discord server that would constantly solicit help for his videos. Eventually we learned that he was also forcing his wife to edit for him. That's crazy. I mean, born delegator for sure. He's management material. Crit build? Nah. If we hit diving press, we win. We don't need to worry about crits. Not a terrible idea. Okay. So we're in a pretty good spot. We got 223 weeks of life left. Almost all of that is going to be spent getting his speed up. Okay, I need 10 life. So we're going to roll until we hit it. That's a 15. That was a great, I think. I'm adolescent 2. Can I even get a 10? I can get an 11. Okay. I gotta wait until I'm in, like, Elder 2 to raise my life anymore. That's unfortunate. Okay. So, power's maxed. That's good. Now, we work on our skill. We're gonna get skill up to max, and then we'll get speed up to max. Fast forward Baku is so funny. Look at him, like, wobble. What's he doing? Looks like he's limping. All of his legs are moving at like different times. Macho cheese.
I almost crashed the hippopotamus.
That's crazy. Was the driver all right? I don't know who you were in the car with. Is this for F rank match? I mean, technically. But no, we're going to be using him for the Deluxe Cup. I don't need that. I need this. He wants a mango? You can have a mango. Let's just say I accidentally had lunch. Oh, no. Oh, that's so gross. Oh, man. Okay, he's getting 7s. I'm okay with 7s. Speaking of 7s, I still want to hold a Digimon digital card battle tournament in the Discord. It's such a fun game to play multiplayer because you can see your opponent's hand. It's built around that. F-rank match is the best way to a quick death? Why would I... What? I mean, yes, but... Digimon mentioned? Alright, I got a bone to pick with you fucking Digimon fans. I got a bone to pick with you Digimon fans. Every time Digimon comes up in this chat, someone inevitably is like, Digimon and Monster Rancher, the Carl Weathers, Arnold Schwarzenegger, like, shaking hands meme. And then it's like, yeah, I wish our devs would remember that our games existed. You know, Monster Rancher and Digimon got it so rough. Bandai Namco and Koei Tecmo just completely forget that the games exist. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're not like us, brother. You get 9 games a year. They're bad, but, like, you get a shit ton of stuff. You get, like, 100 virtual pets. You have, like, the 3rd most popular trading card game on the planet. After, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon right now. And every single time, without fail, there's some Digimon fan who's, like, aggrieved for no reason. Just like, yeah, it's been so long since we got a game. And it's like, brother, it's been, like, 4 months. I don't know what's wrong with your brain. Like, are we like that? I hope we're not like that. I mean, it's been 20 years. We got a game 2 years ago, and it was pretty good. Found out today that the Monster Rancher team when Poof has chosen put it. Did it really? That sounds right. Where did you see that? Correct me if I'm wrong, but Tecmo did not list Monster Rancher on their site at one point. Digimon didn't have that happen. I don't... It's completely nonsensical. Agree with you, but Digimon only got 1 new game in the last 8 years and it was Survive. Brother, they got like 400 virtual pets. They got a card game. I'm gonna be real. None of the Digimon games have been good except for Digimon dirigible card battle. How about that? You like Digimon World 1 because it's like Monster Rancher but bad. Monster Rancher is just so good that it's worth it. Penric and I were trying to figure out how to send fan mail to Fujita, and he DM'd Chosen. And Chosen's like, Fujita's dead? Poor Fajita. Next Order was Peak? Isn't that like the remake of the first game? Or the OG Digimon keychain pets? They're sick as hell. Just MIA? Oh shit. Digimon fans get confused because all our video games are names like Kingdom Hearts. You could have asked me an opinion on Digi Hearts Adventure, Cyber Sleuth, Reverse Enhanced, and I'd probably nod. What was the digital game? They're all fucking digital games. It's Digimon. Wasn't there like a mobile game? I'm trying to remember. Like 4 or 5 years ago, I remember playing one a little bit. Monster Rancher made forget about playing Pokemon. Hell yeah, it made forget about English language too, apparently. To be fair, most of the VPET mobile game was addicting. I liked it. I didn't play it a whole lot. Super pay to win. That's what I remember, yeah. The thing is, though, I think what like really like got my jimmies rustled was saying that like, yeah, they forget about us, we never get any new games. But like, that wasn't before Survive came out, that was after Survive came out. So people are complaining about a game that's like 8 months old. Or I guess like maybe a year at this point. Played the shit out of the 3v3 turn-based one until they shut it down, that one? Yeah. Someone in the Discord told me about it, and that's how I learned about it. 2 or 3 years old now. I'm gonna starve Patrick as it's, you know, obviously I'm not looking at this from like an objective point of view, right? Because we had Ultra Kaiju, and before that we had Evo. There's a little bit of a gap there, right? But it's like being like, oh man, us God of War fans, we're having a real hard time. They forgot about us. We never get any new God of War games. And it's like, there's been like 5 in the last 20 years. That's a decent amount of games. And it could be worse, like fucking, God forbid it becomes like Pokemon and they put out a new game every 8 months and it's like complete dog ass every time. I've never seen Evo gameplay, I heard nothing good about it. Yeah, that sounds about right. We played it on stream. I played it on stream once, I'm not doing it again. I didn't hate it, but I was just like, this seems like a boring PlayStation 2 game. I've been having a little bit of a craving to play Dark Cloud lately, after people were saying Monster Rancher 4 looked like Dark Cloud, because it does. In the sense that it looks like bleak and awful. But Dark Cloud's using that for atmosphere. Monster Rancher 4 is using that because it thinks brown means realism. Right? So a little bit of a difference. If the new Pokemon games were butts, I'd be less conflicted about it, but only a few parts are really stinky. You know, I had fun playing them, but like they are not at the level of a, like, they have more money than God himself, and they can't like make a functional game. It's just like nothing but cut corners, right? agree with you that Digimon's pretty alive and well right now. I think what a lot of people are mad about is they're putting 94% of the manpower into the card game, and a lot of the fan base doesn't like that. I mean, though, I'd be playing that shit like 3 hours a day. I know, I get the fucking notifications every single time you're streaming. My Discord notifications are like useless because it says Macho Cheese is streaming like every single day. But I could see that if you're not into it. I guess it's like us with Monster Rancher, right? How there is an active Monster Rancher game right now, but it's a Japanese-only gacha game. And it's like, why would I be gung-ho about that? Most fans aren't even into the games. Well, that's good, because, like I said, after dirigible card battle, there wasn't a whole lot else. I really like Digimon World 2. It's like one of the worst games I've ever played if I think about it for like more than a minute, but I had fun playing it. Need more lore for Monster Rancher monsters? We're gonna have to become like the wiki and just write our own and say we found it, like we unearthed it like Jesus on day 3. And we rolled this stone away and there was just Monster Rancher lore there. Because, yeah, if you guys don't know, the whole wiki thing is... Someone had a blog that was, like, primarily a food blog. But, like, back in the 90s, everybody's website was just, like, all of their favorite things, right? Spaghetti Cat Mamma Mia. And so they also just had a bunch of descriptions that they had made up. This is my interpretation of what happened, right? Because for reasons I'll explain very shortly, it's impossible to know. But my assumption is there was this cooking blog or this website that was like mostly, it was a GeoCity site about cooking or whatever. They had recipes, but they also really like Monster Rancher, and so they wrote all their own little like headcanon-y descriptions of like what the monsters in Monster Rancher Advance look like. Because if you ever played Monster Rancher Advance, all of the monsters can mix with all the other monsters, which is a pretty cool feature of it. But because, you know, the Game Boy Advance is pretty limited, it's just palette swaps. So, you know, what they're supposed to look like, other than just palette swaps, is up to your imagination, basically. And so this person had, like, written down all these descriptions of what they thought the monsters would look like. And the wiki decided that this was true. This thing that this person had made up was true. What makes this like a little bit more complicated is there doesn't seem to be any proof that this site ever existed in the first place. So that's where they said they got their information from, was a website that they found online, and they're just like, yeah, that's good enough for me. But I'm like 99% sure they just made it up. And they decided to pick a backstory that was like the dumbest possible thing they could think of. Like, they had, like, a contest on, like, how to make the dumb... I don't know. I'm being mean now. Anyway. We were talking about Dark Cloud, and I was talking earlier about how I lost my first copy of Monster Rancher, so I guess I'll tell the story again. Because Dark Cloud is actually tangentially related. When I got Monster Rancher for the first time, I had been renting it, like, constantly. My mom was like, let's just buy the damn game. Like, we probably spent, like, $100 on rentals. There's fan art on the wiki they try to pass off as actual designs, right? That's what I've heard, but I have not actually seen any of the fan art, so I legitimately don't even know. But yeah, so I got the game. I had it for about a year, and then I traded it to my friend for like the week because he had got Legend of Dragoon. And he's like, I just finished Legend of Dragoon. Do you want to play it? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, you can play Monster Rancher while I'm playing Legend of Dragoon. So I play, and I go to give him his game back. And he's like, oh, sorry, like, that's cool. He's like, sorry, I forgot Monster Rancher. Like, I'll get it tomorrow. And then I was over at his house on the weekend, and we're looking for it, and he can't find it anywhere. And I was like, well, that's fucked up. Like, what happened? And it turns out that he had just bought his PlayStation 2. And I had gone over to go play Dark Cloud, I think. I don't remember if I'm getting the timeline right on that, but I think he got his PlayStation 2 and Dark Cloud at the same time. And what had happened is when he traded in his PlayStation 1, the GameStop he went to, you know, he was just a little kid. He was like 11 years old. They opened it up, and Monster Rancher 2 was still in his PlayStation 1, and they just kept it. They didn't tell him the game was in there. And so I lost my copy. And I felt really bad because it's like, he was like sad about it. Because like, he didn't steal it from me. He loved Monster Rancher. If he stole it from me, I probably would have like caught him playing it still. Oh, sick. Do we have, Oh, okay. Yeah, the fan art got added like later, Macho. Those weren't the references though. The Fuge made that like a year and a half ago. Wiki does a lot of stupid stuff too. There's a clown Momo called Panko, Monster Rancher 3, and the Wiki just decided it's the exact same monster as the Joker sub-breed Momo from Monster Rancher Advance called Jojo. Even though the name and design are 100% different because Clown equals Joker. They're not smart. It's fine. We've said it before, but there's like the thing about like how when you run into someone who's 1% more autistic than you, that's me in the fucking wiki. Like, I don't know, man. I had to replace your copy because of disc rot. So, I definitely fucked up their power level. I definitely fucked up my first, PlayStation 1. Like the little thing in the middle. The thing that like catches the disc in the middle. Like it was like slowly breaking because of how many discs I had pulled out and put back in and pulled out and put back in. Pause. And it was, we had to get a second one because of it. Posting your solo and just released on Discord. I saw that. I haven't taken a listen to it yet, but I definitely will. I think a lot of people in this community might be. Your words. You said it. When I first played Monster Rancher, I don't understand the gameplay at all. There's so many people like that, man. There's so many people who are like, hey, I'm from Brazil. I couldn't read English when I started playing this game, but I love this shit. I'm like, hell yeah, it's a good game. Transcends the language barrier. Wordings were confusing for the younger me. Dude, they're confusing for the older me. They don't make any sense. The translations are awful. Monster Rancher is pretty prevalent worldwide. I don't know if that's true. It's prevalent in the sense that you can get 100 people watching a stream. But beyond that, I don't know. It's big in Japan. It's beloved in Japan. And then outside of that, there's like some Chinese, some Southeast Asian. Actually, a lot of Southeast Asian. And then like Brazil. And then, you know, North America, and that's about it. Germany and Argentina. And France, Europe got some merch. Oh, they got so much merch. But did anyone buy it? You hooking up the app to see the lifespan of the monsters? Can't find a Legend Cup. Might have missed it. It is in saves, other downloads. I'm pretty sure. No, it's not. What is it under? The problem, and like this is not. Oh, it's just if you go to Monster Rancher 2, it's called the Advanced Viewer. if you go to Legend Cup and then go to Monster Rancher 2 and DX guides, you'll see beginner's walkthrough guide and then advanced viewer for Monster Rancher 2 is the second thing. Here's a Linky Loo. I like to believe that none of us really know what Monster Rancher is because Monster Rancher fans can't read. We've all gathered here to look at the funny guys and listen to clown music. That's why we're here. Hate the English dub? I think most people do. It's pretty goofy. There's some people who are like vehemently like negative on it, and there's some people who are like, they get mad at me when I say it like kind of sucks. I think you're both wrong. It is a dumb children's cartoon made for dumb children. It's not deeper than that. It's like, it's serviceable at what it set out to do. And that's about it. I have like the most milquetoast opinion on it. So like center of the road, it's fine, it's whatever. What makes it great occasionally is that some of the voice acting and like line reading is absurd. And you know, that makes it memorable. We're getting a lot of 4s. We're getting a lot of really low rolls here, which is unfortunate, but we're almost done this guy. Alright, I actually wasted a week of lifespan there. Drinking game makes it memorable. Hit him with your wet shot. Wet shot's a pretty good one. The episode where they get scammed by the girl pretending to be sick is like honestly one of the funniest episodes of any show I've ever seen in my life. Unintentionally, but it's good as hell. The synopsis is that there's this girl watching the tournaments when they're in the Legend Cup, and she's like, oh, I need money, I'm so sick, oh no. And Golem's like, I'll help you out. And everybody else is like, dude, this girl is like obviously scamming you. Like, I don't trust her at all. Like, she seems like a scam artist. And she's like, oh, I'm so sick, wah. And he's like, don't worry, I will be your knight in shining armor, I will save you. And then he gets the prize money and he goes to help her out, and she's like, oh, thank you. And then it seems like there's gonna be it's set up for there to be a twist where it's like, oh, actually, you know what, she needed the help, and Golem being altruistic, like, you know, he learned a lesson, or everyone else learned a lesson to be like a little bit less, you know, cynical, and just be like a little bit more helping, and, you know, have that kind of like earnest nature, and like it pays off. It's a virtue. But no, she was a scam artist, and she did steal all the money, and it just ends like that. She writes him a note. She's like, you were very nice, but I did scam you. Goodbye. It's like, oh, okay. It's really good. It's really fucking funny. And Golem's just glad she's okay. Yeah, exactly. They didn't make Color Pandora game accurate? They did not. They made it just a bug and not 3 bugs. Golem going down the incel, nice guy to incel pipeline. I think, dude, there was a thing a little while ago. I remember reading a thread on Twitter. This would have been like probably like 2 years ago at this point. But people were arguing, and it was just like, the crux of the conversation was that incels just, they give up before they try. And that's basically it, right? They're just like, oh, I'm unlovable, whatever, and therefore I hate women. Like, that's basically what it comes down to. And it was just the threat of women being like, you guys gotta, like, it doesn't take much. Not everybody needs to be a supermodel. And I remember this one guy who was like, what? So you're gonna tell me to my face that I am not ugly? You're gonna say that I'm a beautiful person? That's bullshit. I know I'm ugly. And I gotta tell you guys, he looked like the Elephant Man. He was not wrong. So maybe they're onto something, is what I'm saying. Why the problem is they choose to make it someone else's problem, right? You just have to suffer in silence. Personality goes a long way. Yeah, 100%. I'm making a joke. He was like truly like unbelievably like grotesque though. To the point where I thought he was doing a bit where it's like, oh, I have an extra ugly profile picture and I'm gonna like gotcha these women online to be like, oh, so you wouldn't date me? Would you date me then? And then he would like took like the most like ugly picture of the most grotesque human on the planet as a way to like make them like second guess their whole worldview. But no, that was actually him. I feel like incels just started because the online grift machine was able to get these folks before someone else could. So much of that is literally just people looking for community. And the first community that will have them is the one that gets their loyalty. Because, like, as unfortunate as it is, and as much as it's, like, you know, not society as a whole's fault beyond the way that society as a whole fucks with everybody, a lot of the times, these people don't feel like they have the support systems they need, right? And so they're like, I think you're ugly as shit too, and you're gonna die alone. But we're gonna die alone together. There's a song in there. And that's enough for some people. And they're like, yeah, you know what it's like. I hate that Must Rancher Game Boy Advance didn't use manual save. Yeah, well, the second one did. Because the first one, the games got corrupted so often because people would turn off the game while they were, like, if they didn't get the results they wanted, to, like, stop the autosave. And so many times, people would turn it off while it was mid-save, and then it would just, like, fuck up the game. So there was a warning, I remember, on Monster Rancher Metropolis to, like, not buy the game secondhand. Nice new AJJ lyrics. I wish I had a bullet big enough to fucking kill the sun. I'm sick of songs about the summer, and I hate everyone. Incel Anthem? Hell yeah. Hello, fellow gamers. Hello! I stopped on dating since August, my last relationship. I've never had more peace in my life than I do now. Find yourself, be at peace with yourself. The rest will follow. So true, brother. It's kind of funny when I started dating Tiana. That was, God, I don't know, like 13 years ago now. But I had like a couple of like back-to-back relationships, and right before we started dating, there was like a period where I just like was completely like sworn off of like being in any relationship, and I took some time to like figure my own shit out, and then, you know, you get married. Bada bing, bada boom. Just sounds like wallowing in self-pity. It is. 100% it is. And it's not healthy, but I'm just saying that's why it happens. I'm not saying I think it's the smart thing to do. I think it's a tacit, like, admission that you're not willing to work any harder, right? As much as they like to talk about how it's like everyone else is the reason for their problems, I think it's like there's a part of them that like wants that to be true, like, really badly, to the point of like self-sabotage. Online dating gave people too many options. It just helps to already attractive people more than anyone else. Brother, I gotta tell you something. Already attractive people didn't need the internet. I do think it's probably like a hellscape now trying to date. But there's also the problem of so many guys think that if the most gorgeous person they've ever seen in their life doesn't want to sleep with them, then that's like a societal failing, and not like maybe I should work on myself a little bit to be more attractive to that kind of person. Like, why is that never the first thought? Why is the idea of like I should become more desirable? I don't know. And then you get guys who are like, yeah, I'm jacked and I work out, but I got an ugly face, so I'll never meet anybody. And it's like, one, well, why are you getting jacked? Are you getting jacked for you or to meet women? Because, brother, they don't give a shit about the muscles. I don't know what to tell you. You've been making some mistakes if you're doing it for them. You gotta do that shit to make yourself feel better. Give yourself more confidence, and then, you know, the confidence is what wins people over. Grew up and became a family man. This man lost to guile. That's crazy. This just seems like a choosing beggar situation. Yeah, for sure. It's always someone else's fault. It's also very easy to just be like, you know, just have the self-awareness. Like, I understand it's difficult. I get it. I'm also like not a great relationship advice guy because I was never like good at asking girls out. I didn't like really ask anyone out a lot of the time. Relationships and like things like that just kind of happened, which is like, it sounds better than it is. Like, I really lucked out with Tiana, but I felt like throughout like my entire life that I really didn't have any agency in what was happening to me. Like, I would say no. I didn't say yes to everybody, but it was just like, you know, I was not good. I had no game. I had no riz, right? So it was a little tricky. I lucked out not being as ugly as that dude on Twitter, though, for sure. That helped a lot. That was like maybe half the battle right there. And the other half was like not being the most detestable person imaginable. This is gonna be such a funny VOD because you never know who's gonna see your videos, right? And what I'm trying to say is I really hope that guy sees this video. It's really easy to not be an asshole. You'd be surprised. Even from yours truly. It's very easy to be like self-absorbed and not realize you're like being a huge nuisance to the people around you, even if you do have self-awareness. Even if you're aware it's happening, like being aware that it's happening and not doing anything to change it doesn't do anyone any good, right? I have a jump scare with his picture every time you bring it up. I'm not going back on Twitter to find that. I'm just gonna post a picture of the elephant man. Or sloth. Oh gods, I'm paranoid. Okay, what's with people doing the like the multi-deist oh gods thing? Like, what? You believe in the pantheon? We're back in ancient Rome. Why do people do that? It's so fucking. It's like a pet peeve of mine. That shit's insane. That's like Reddit energy for sure. We did it. We did it. We made more gods. Yay. There's multiple gods in Monster Rancher. Always been like this? I'm sorry to hear that, man. Oh ye gods, my roast is ruined. Okay, you know what? Skinner says it, you got lucky. If Skinner says it, you can say it. You know people who legit follow the Norse pantheon? That's cause for alarm, I would say. That makes me feel a lot like when I was in grade 11, and I didn't really want to take any classes. There was like no like, I didn't know what to take for like my elective. And so what I ended up doing was I ended up doing a correspondence class on metaphysics. And I thought I was the coolest fucker. Like, I was so deep and so cool. And it was just a fashion thing, right? That's why I was doing it. And I think believing in Zeus is or fucking Thor and Odin is the same thing. It's an affectation to make up for a lack of personality. Of course, it's, you know, me just pushing something that happened to me that I am now self-aware of onto everybody else. A little bit of projection, if you will. But it's also true. Norse Pantheon has kind of one of the best heavens. You literally die for the cause and then you go to heaven. It's like the worst heaven. You're gonna die in Ragnarok? Fucking okay. I'm gonna chill in my room and not die ever. I'm gonna live forever. What say ye? Means you like Percy Jackson too much? It's like a more embarrassing version of saying you're like a Ravenclaw. Gods, why still no bitches? Oh no. Gods, why can't bitches know? What's it, the Jermaine Clement with the "you lovely bitches" and hoes, you know, I'm trying to correct this. People say that I'm sexist. I think it's fine to take interest in history, but when you hyperfixate on it and make anything your personality can be cringe. That's why I hyperfixate on Monkey Punch, or hell yeah. The one true religion? Believe in all gods equally. I don't trust any of them. Reincarnation cycle for me. Cool. Casey and I did Valentine's gifts early, and she got me the big sleeping slowpoke plush. Oh my god, that's so sick. If we don't have any like extra room in our place, like it's cramped as hell in here. But I really like, if I had an extra room, which is like room for like extra shit. If I had one more room in this apartment, I would have bought the Porygon one. The Porygon like 4-foot plush is so sick. Tiana and I don't really do New Year's because her birthday is like 10 days after, so I was gonna say 2 weeks, but 2 weeks is kind of incorrect. I believe one fact that marks you as a mature individual is when media does not define your personality anymore. I don't disagree, but I got bad news about millennials, brother. They're already having a hard time adulting, and you're telling them that they're not even there yet? Casey's B-Day is 2 days after V-Day? That's crazy. And she got you a present? That's fucked up. Just got here, was not expecting religious philosophizing. It's more like religious shitposting, really. The Score Bunny and Charmander ones are adorable. I got a lot of like little Pokemon plushies. One sec. Is it on my desk still? Let's go, baby. Real slow bro hours? Hell yeah. Hold on, let's get it in a place where it's not getting blown out by the light. Yeah, look at him. He's so cute. This guy just chills on my desk. I talk to him. And then I got like Venusaur and Hitmonchan. I got a bunch of my favorites. Oh, you mean I am a millennial myself? No kidding. Yeah, she's the best. That's cool. Yeah, we don't really do anything for New Year's. We don't really... Christmas, New Year's. or Valentine's. We all just like we get food. That's it. Dracovish plush not too long ago. Oh, that's sick. It's Baku. It is Baku time. Very slowly getting every Eevee and Evolutions plushes. That's cool. Millennial roll call, crack your knees when I say your name. My knees are fine, brother. I'm in the gym 3 days a week. My ankles are fucked up, though. Okay, so I didn't really explain what was happening and why I was working so much, and I still really can't. Hey, Zodiac PNG, thank you. Because I feel like explaining what happened will probably dox me a little bit more than I'm comfortable with. You'll be able to connect the dots on, like, who I work for and all that, so we're not going to talk too much about it. But I had to do a lot of walking around without my shoes on. And if you're a good enough sleuth, you can figure out what I mean by that. But I was, like, walking through this, like, concrete hall in just socks for, like, 2 days. And it was fucking, like, unbearable by the end of it. I didn't realize how much it was, like, hurting my ankles to, like, walk with no arch support and, like, no shoes for that long. But trying to, like, skip at boxing, I was like, oh, I got, like, shin splints all of a sudden. Like, my ankles are, like, falling apart. I'm getting, like, shooting pains in the front of my legs. Casey's favorite Pokemon is Vaporeon, and the guys at my LGS were giving me shit asking if they had one. It's like, please, I'm not trying to put it in a jar. It's for my wife. Oh, no. Uses shoes to walk. Doxed. You know one more thing about me than you knew before. These are fine. Your back still kills me. I attribute that to lifting 190-pound people every day. That would do it. Comments on YouTube post slower, so this will be late, but oh my god, my partner is now a huge fan of you because we heard you talk about Bayside in previous stream. We saw Bayside a year-ish ago. That's crazy. Nobody... I'm a Bayside fan. I actually don't think they have, like, a lot of good songs. I think they have a couple of good songs that... Or a couple of songs that are, like, unbelievably good. But they're not, like, a particularly deep band. I think Walking Wounded as an album is, like, maybe the shittiest sounding album I've ever heard in my life. On, like, a major release. It was Victory, right? So that's an independent label still. Every song on that album is really good. But it is mixed like actual dog butt. It's awful. Porygon's his favorite. We have random Porygon stuff here. Hell yeah. Speed's taking a while. It's gonna take a while. I'll be here a while. Ain't going nowhere. We had the 311 thing earlier, and I was thinking about that. Recently started a second file in this game. I'm raising a scale gel. I might have locked it out learning canon before cube. Oh no. He's got 30 minutes to learn his cube. It's LGS's local game store, yeah. Man, I don't know why I'm so like... I'm like pumped on like training lately. I go to sleep thinking about boxing. I don't know. I'm too old to fight again, I think. But I would love to like get back into a spot where it's like it could be possible. My weight's coming down, not super fast, but it is like steadily decreasing. I was 195 at Christmas. This week I hit my lowest at like 184. And then, you know, I'm back up to like 187 right now, but that's just like water weight and stuff. Like it fluctuates constantly. So I'd say it's like roughly 10 pounds like actually lost. We should do Street Fights a combo breaker? Hell yeah. I'm down. I'd say go for it if you enjoy it and you want to do it. Don't let the outside factor stop you, brother. I'm 35 years old with chronic migraines. I don't know if I'm willing to add, like, even the tiniest bit of CTE to that. We'll see, though. I'm 6'0", and my body likes to stay around 190. Anything below that takes serious effort. So, like, when I fought, I was smaller. I was in high school. I was, like, maybe 2 inches shorter. But also, like, it doesn't really show in this camera the way it is. But, like, I have, like, pretty wide shoulders and, like, a big back for someone my size. I think getting lower than, like, 155 would be, like, actually impossible at this point. I think aiming for, like, 160 is probably, like, tough, but, like, doable if I was willing to, like, commit to it. But right now the goal is, like, 165, I think. So another 20 pounds is the goal right now. I'm actually curious if I remember what you look like at all. Dude. We went and got dinner on the first night. You came over and we played Strive for like 3 hours. I beat your Naga's ass in bracket. I remember. I'm gonna pick up JP and swing him around like a hammer. Toss at some sort of fucked up tag team move. Mario and Luigi style? Hell yeah. Baku got a lot of secret body spots. He's got a couple. As always, enjoying your content, but it's 3:46 here in the southwest of the UK. Oh my god. Can't wait for more Nuzlocke vids. Yeah, every Monday. So there will be one out next Monday. The one a week is like so I don't burn myself out on it. I have a couple edited already in the pipeline, but it also just gives me time to like work on the Rancher Rundown and not feel like I need to like constantly like put stuff out. If I have a little bit of, you know, if I don't have to work on another video between now and the end of February, it gives me time to just focus on the Baku video. On a car accident last year and used it as an excuse to fall off the routine and diet I was on. It's very easy to like, because it's already hard to do it. I will say though that like not exercising just for the sake of exercising does help out a lot. Like having a goal in mind in terms of like, for me, my big thing is I want to like get better at boxing, right? So I can see like marked improvement like in the last couple of weeks since I started like actually sparring and not just like training mitts and stuff. Like I feel like a lot faster, my head movement's way better. My footwork has gotten like unbelievably better. Like it's actually crazy how much better my footwork has gotten in just a couple of weeks. And since I have that to look forward to every single week, doing the extra training to like be like next week I'll be like even better it's cool. If I was just like running for the sake of running or lifting weights for the sake of lifting weights, I'd never be able to keep up with it. I can't do it like that. When you're trying to exercise, but Monster Rancher stream guy is streaming, you can do push-ups. What are you doing? Why are you watching me instead of pushing up? Having goal in mind is important and applicable to exercising in Monster Rancher and nothing else. Those are the only two things in life it's important to. Get my exercise doing transfers at work and taking a 7-mile walk every weekend. Hell yeah. Yeah, there was a time in the summer and fall where I started running pretty consistently, and it was like kind of driving me nuts because I was not at all like enjoying it. But I was doing it just for the sake of doing it. And I was running like 1 5K and like 2 3Ks a week. And which isn't like an insane amount of running, but it was a lot for me, and like mentally I like really was not enjoying it, and it was a big struggle. But now that the gym is so close to my place, I think a thing I'm gonna get into is I'm gonna go to the gym and drop off my stuff and then go for a run and then come back to the gym and finish the rest of my boxing training and go do road work and then come back. But if I know it's like, okay, I got something to do after I'm done this, I think I'll feel better. And it'll be easier mentally to handle it. Can you do sit-ups while listening to this? It's cool to do that. I did my first set of 50 uninterrupted, like not even like stopping for a break, in quite a while the other day. I've had days of training where I do like 200, 300 sit-ups, but it's always like, you know, 30 and then you're doing something else, then it's 30 and you're doing something else, 20 and you're doing something else. But this, like, the other day, the last day I was training, was my first, like, 50, no breaks, no slowing down. And that felt good, because it's been a long-ass time since I've been able to do that. Kind of sick of doing push-ups. Since your focus last year, pretty good improvement, though. Went from not being able to do 3 reps with wide arm position to being able to hold it at the bottom for several secs. Cool. I feel like I've lost a little bit of my potential since that... since that stream, because I don't know how I was doing like 30 and then like a break and then 30 and then a break and then 30 and then a break. So if I do like 30 now, I feel like I'm actually like done. But also I feel like I've gained a lot of like shoulder and arm muscle, so it might actually be like physically more weight on it. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure why it feels so much more difficult than it used to. I could probably do 50 without a break, but that would be like close to failure, I think. I used to be able to do like 100 in one shot. Soul Calibur 2 and Blaze Heatnik's theme is killing your gains. Here's how. It's funny too, because I'm not like super interested in gains, right? Like, you know, I want to be a little bit more muscular, but I am not like super stressed about it. Especially if it comes at the cost of loss of range of motion and flexibility, which does tend to happen after a certain point. You need to be like pretty big for that to happen, so there's not a lot of risk of that happening, because, you know, without a dedicated goal, getting that big on accident is like kind of impossible. Might not be able to finish this speed tonight. No, maybe not, but we're slowly getting there. We're in subprime. I wasn't even paying attention. I gotta feed it the peach at some point. It'll take some time. Never been a runner prone to injury. If I have poor running form for even a second, get your cardio in other ways. I need to get better at boxing. Not boxing, sorry, at skipping. My skipping is so bad. It's just like, it's been 20 years since I've done any skipping at all.
I want to play video
And
games.
it's just been real tough to like get back into the rhythm of it. And the thing about skipping that's like, you know, if you've done it before, it's not surprising, but it's mostly your shoulders. Like, the jumping is like whatever, but like if you're not like your mind muscle connection for like your shoulders and your arms is like not there, you're like, it's really, really difficult. Is there a difference between skipping for exercise and skipping to skip? Not really. It's regular skipping. It's really, really good cardio. And it's kind of like a full body workout. I find the cardio training for boxing much more enjoyable. Skipping ropes is a lot of fun. Yeah, it is fun. It's just, it's difficult. Like, I'm not good at it. But it's like, it's practice. It's anything else, right? It's just something I gotta work on. So I'm not too stressed about being bad at it. But it was kind of embarrassing yesterday because my ankles were like really sore. And every time I landed, it was like daggers shooting into my shins and my ankles. And so I'm already not very good at it. And my body's like, you shouldn't be doing this. So the combination of that made me like, I don't know. A big thing about sparring that is like motivating is that there's other people there. So you don't want to look weak. even though no one's trying to hurt you, even though it's like a safe space to like fail, you still don't want to be that guy. If you're competitive like me, you don't want to be that guy. So I was like desperately trying to keep up with them, and I could not. I was not able to at all, but I was like, I gotta do it. And I kept like hitting myself in the shins. Like my timing was way off. I was out of sync constantly. It was awful. But yeah, it's just diving, press, and bite, Macho. We're getting there. A regular dog. We never came up with a better name for him. I was thinking Bomb Petty. I thought Bomb Petty would be good because I was singing Free Fallin'. But I don't know. What's those really fucked up pit bulls? Oh my god. There's like 3 times fucking... Dude, what are their names? 3 times Pimpy? Hell yeah. 2 times Pimpy, baby. Oh my god. They had like fucking fan cams. It's so good. Oh, dog breeders like that need to be like shot down. Mewtwo XL. So, yeah. Oh my god. 500 babe. Oh my god. Prince Vegeta, yeah. It's like a picnic face video, but they're serious. Dude, it's like the teen roast. Where's the real one? Hold on. I gotta find the original. Okay, it's been changed a little bit. Look at this. I don't know who these people are. This is like old now, right? So I think they were like Vine stars or something. Oops. Hold on one sec. I think these people were like Vine stars or something back in the day. Like I don't know who any of these people are. This guy's like 7 years old. I don't know. I also like how there's this dude named Cody Newkirk, and then he's also down here as well. Are these guys like kissing? Like, what's up with this? Anyway, these all like, again, I don't want to like make fun of this like actual child here, but they do not look like a savory cast of characters. But there's this famous edit of it. Okay, here was the first one, yeah. Look at this. Someone was like, they had this like 30-year-old guy in the teen roast. Again, I don't know what the fuck this is supposed to be. But this response, we got Chris and Chris Del Chris, hosted by Curbs Lurb and Caden Aiden. Chat. Because of this fucking picture, my friend, like, he was one of my my groomsmen. We used to enter Smash tournaments as Cobb Salad and Colton Burpo. If you guys don't know who Colton Burpo is, he's the kid who like said he died and met Jesus and like went to heaven, and then they like wrote a book about it and all that. Anyways, I'm a big Lerp fan and Cool Shirt Man. Carpus Bunson's good too. So, when shooting star Suezo's name in UKMR, I called him Colton Burpo, right? Colton Burpo is such a funny, like, real person's name. I don't know who Cool GP. I did, yeah. Lerp is really good. Again, this kid is like 7. I don't even want to make fun of him here. It's not Colton Burpo was a shitpost. No, it's an actual name. Thought his name was Barumpo Tungus. No, that's that. This is. I blame Reddit. People cannot just like let shit be. They have to be like, I need to show everyone how funny and intelligent I am. And the way I will do that is by taking something that's funny and making it worse. But I made this one up. Your joke, but worse? Somebody took the name of the kid, which was Colton Burpo, which is already like a very, very funny name, and made it something like Brumpo Trungus or something. And they like doctored the screenshot. And like Brumpo Trungus is a funny name, sure, but it's very like Tim and Eric coded. Whereas Colton Burpo is that kid's actual name. And we get to make fun of him because he's lying. He's a liar. The child is a liar. It's probably his parents' fault, but we can make fun of him too. It sounds like the beginning of Get Low. Yeah. All those names are good. But yeah, we used Colton Burpo and Cobb Salad. It was a good team. I remember one time me and my friend entered as Colton Burpo and Cobb Salad. And it was at this tournament where we were playing doubles, and there was this kid, and like I think they were like 17 or 18, like just like barely into college, and like we were well into our 20s at that point, and we were fucking them up like really bad. And you know, we were making all these like goofy plays and like talking to each other and like being obnoxious, being like, all right, I'm gonna hit him with the bone saw. And like we didn't have anything planned, but we would just like say stuff like that. And one of the kids thought it was really funny, and like he was losing, but he was having a good time. And his partner was so mad at him. Like he was so tilted, and he's like, I'm trying to carry your fucking ass and this and that. And I just had to look at them and be like, yo, like, you suck too, brother. Like, you're also losing here. You need to like calm down because you suck dog ass. Like, you need to chill. Like, why are you so mad at him? Like, it's not his fault you suck. Sure, he's not helping. Like, you guys are getting murdered. But, you know, if you were like any good at the game, you probably wouldn't have to worry about it. Because we're fucking around. I was playing like Charizard or something. I don't think I had ever played Charizard before. In bracket. And what's really funny is the dude who was being a piece of shit never came back to another tournament. And that other kid came back and ended up being like a pretty good Sheik player. So, you know, happy ending. I also remember we used to do crew battles all the time. And because I helped run an org that was like more community focused than like competition focused. So we would have like Smash Fests and stuff where we would like rent out a place and like people could come and play, and you know, we would have like little brackets for fun or whatever and have little prizes or whatever. But it was mostly just like getting to play with a whole bunch of different people without, you know, stressing too much about a tournament. And I really enjoyed that part of it. But we would always have crew battles where we would pick like 10 people, and there'd be like me and someone else. I like wasn't the best player at all in my region. My region was like unbelievably stacked, and so I like never even made PR or anything. But you know, I remember being captain one year at one of these Smash Fests, and I picked the kid that like we were beating his ass, but you know, he had a good attitude. And it was so funny because we sent him in first, and he was doing the craziest like tech skill with Sheik. Like he was bouncing around and like doing all this like weird like needle canceling shit, and it was like unbelievable. I'd never seen anyone do it, and I was like, oh, that's so crazy. But he kept like, he got hit by every attack. He was so focused on like doing the things he had practiced that he literally, I think he ate like 100 F smashes. And it was really, really funny. I was like, all right, well. It's like that fucking Don't Back Down movie or whatever, where the dude's doing capoeira and then he just gets like Superman punched. You know what I'm talking about. He had heart? Yeah, kinda. He was a nice kid. I'm glad he came out to some stuff. Been to Xanadu a few times. That's cool. I went to a local in LA after Congo Saga because my friend, same friend I'm talking about, got invited to Congo Saga because, you know, they had the like 2GG would always have the compendium, and it's like you could like vote for people and this and that. And he got a ton of votes because he played banjo. And then something happened, and they're like, oh, actually, we can't fly you out anymore. Haha, just kidding. But if you want to buy a flight, we'll give you like free entry or whatever, even though like people had paid them like thousands of dollars basically to ensure he got a free flight there. And so I wrote a letter pretending to be his lawyer. Or like a strongly worded letter regardless. I didn't like pretend to be a lawyer exactly, but like I wrote it as if I were like someone who understood the law, even though I don't, and like threatened to like sue them for like a bait and switch. Like they got thousands of dollars from the community to get this kid out to LA to play in a tournament, and then they're like, actually, we're not going to cover your flight. And so he's like, you should come with me because like they paid for my flight, and so like I can help you pay for yours. And so we went, and it was kind of funny because I had to play a Greninja in my first round. I wasn't playing a lot of Smash at that point, but at the time, the like second or like top three, one of the top three Greninja players in the world was in my region, and like, you know, I'd play with him all the time. And so I had to play this Greninja player round one. And it was just like an unbelievably bad matchup for me. So I was doing my best, but I ended up losing round one, which always sucks at a tournament. But this kid ended up doing like super well. I think he got top 64 in the tournament. But it was genuinely very, very funny because I was like, oh yeah, JW's in my region. And he's like, oh yeah, I guess you don't get to play against him much. And I was like, all right. Not really what I wanted to hear after getting my ass beat, but... He didn't say it mean. It was a combination of like, the way I parsed it was A, you're not very good at the matchup, and B, you're not good enough to like get far enough into bracket to fight him. Which was like not true, but like he didn't know that, and it was funny. But it's just like, you know, video game nerds don't have any social awareness. He had no idea that what he said, if it was like anyone else, would be like unbelievably hurtful. But I found it very, very funny. But anyway, so I didn't do super good in the tournament, but I mostly went to like get a trip to LA and hang out with my friends. But we went to the local that happened after the big tournament, and it was the most tilted I had ever been at a tournament in my life. Because as I was playing, this fucking dumbass walked in front of the screen where we were playing, and he was watching the game. And I'm like, hey. And he's like, what? I'm like, you're in the way. And he's like, I don't know, I'm not. And like, I couldn't fucking see. Like, he was standing in front of me. I'm like, get the fuck out of the way. And he's like, whoa, look at this guy. He's so aggro. Oh. And I got like really mad. I was seething, dude. Like, you're standing fucking in front of me. You don't... Is it your first time at a tournament? Like... Why'd your mom let you out? Like, I don't understand. It was so... I was so mad about it. Obviously, I'm over it now. As you can tell, I'm very clearly not mad about it anymore. Did you ever hear about the 2GG that ran in the mall in Ohio? I think you told me about this. I don't remember, but you went to that one, right? Never had that happen to me in tournament, but I've been bumped into. Yeah, getting bumped into sucks, but depending on like where your bracket is, you have to just like be able to shake it off, because that shit does happen. And people don't mean it, right? Nobody's trying to bump into you. Regular Baku breed? Yeah. I'm a big fan of regular Baku. Had a blast, but the higher hit players were pissed. Because you went and you stole all their girls? Yeah. I've heard the story, Macho. Pure Baku is my fave. I love drawing him. I got a really funny bit about drawing Baku for the next video. I don't want to spoil it because, you know, if I tell the joke, it won't be funny when you see it. But I think it's going to be pretty good. Also, what time is it? 11:14? Yeah, we're definitely going to finish this build in time. That's crazy. 3-hour build start to finish. I'm like barely paying attention to what's happening on screen. He has a dog, but kind of a goat too. He's like neither. What's really funny is the manual for the game only describes like 6 monsters. It describes like Zoom, Tiger, Suezo, Mochi, and then like Hopper and Niton and Baku. And so there's like 3 like weird ones at the end. But for Baku, it's like he is a big nondescript monster, and it's like, yeah, you're right. Why put it in the book? Like, why bother? Most people think trolling in real life works the same over comms. I don't know if he was trolling when he was like standing in my way, but afterwards I was really like, you're like an actual loser. Like, in my brain I was just like, this dude's like an actual piece of shit. They paid for 30 pages, they'll fill 30 pages? That's fair. 2GG fucked up and didn't get the venue they intended, so they ended up running a tournament in the middle of the mall with no internet, and they made Charles run the whole thing. That's so funny. That whole organization was like shit. I assume Baku breed is cool looking. Yeah, Hachiro's cool. He's a little tired. I forgot to give him a nut soil. We lost a week of lifespan. That's okay though. I'm gonna rest him here. Alright, we're in subprime. His stats have dropped. We only got to go another 250 speed though, so we're doing okay. I can do some leaps even. Leap, leap. And then I can get my power back up later. Maybe that's what I do here. Yeah, 2GGS. They were a organization that ran Smash tournaments, yeah. They're now defunct. Day 2 we learned at last minute they're changing the venue to Dave & Buster's. Hell yeah. Dude, I went to a I've only been to Dave & Buster's like twice in my life. Once was with a bunch of friends. And then the second time I went with a bunch of Tiana's dog friends that she knows from like the dog world. And there was like a mentalist, and I was like, okay, so this is like we're seeing a Mentalist at Dave and Buster's. Like, I'm trying to be like less cynical about everything in my life, but even that, I was like very eye rolly about it, right? And I got like invited up on stage to do like one of the bits, and it was really funny because like I immediately knew like what the trick was, and I tried to explain it to the group of friends, and they're like, no, I don't think that's how it worked. But it's like, brother, I was up on stage, like I'm aware of how I know how it worked, and they're like, I don't think so. Okay. Some people just want to believe. Is there a defunct plan but for FG orgs? Oh my god, if I had the time, that could be a really cool you know what? It's maybe more trouble than it's worth. There isn't, and someone could make a killing doing it, I think. Or at least get like a couple 100,000 views on every video. But it's very like drama tuber coded. Because none of them like just kind of disappeared, right? They were all like scandals of some sort. And I don't know if I have the energy to like go down into that mud, you know? You got 17th and then got to dip and go play skee ball? Hell yeah. Played a lot of Smash Melee and Brawl as a kid and teen and won a few tournaments, but I kind of went FGC direction when I was about 17. Smash terminology is funny, yeah. What's really funny is I got friends who I know who started in Smash, right? And they're like, they don't play Smash anymore. They only play fighting games. And they'll be like, it's so weird how Smashers say terms like this and like, they say friendlies instead of casuals or like whatever. And it's like, brother, every other sport on the planet says friendlies instead of casuals. FGC is the only thing that says casuals. Like, why would that be weird? Also, he broke. There we go. Just have ChatGPT write the scripts. It's not that I couldn't write the scripts. It's that I don't want to deal with the fallout. I don't want to like have to fact check it. I don't want to have to try and get like sources, because you know people are going to be like, oh, actually you're wrong about this and this and that, and there's going to be a reputation that comes with being the guy doing the drama tubing, right? What Gemini pots do? They reduce my stress at the end of every month. So I end up with like no stress at all, and it lets me train every week without having to stop. Like the fake Smash terms, they call it mix up messy guesses. The fake shit is really funny. And then there's the Mamma Mia thing, which everyone points to, but that's so fucking funny. And I love that whole thing because I know the guy who made it. Shout out to the Mamma Mia, yeah. I know the guy who made it. And like English is not his first language, but also on top of that, it's like, why did he call it that? He's from a scene that's like unbelievably fucked up though. He himself, Venom, was a cool guy. I never had any problems with him. But the scene he was a part of was like unbelievably toxic and shitty. He's from the Montreal scene, and a bunch of those guys are like huge assholes. And not even like in the normal way where like someone's like kind of mean and they're a jerk. But like when all this stuff with Ally happened, they were like running tournaments where it's like using the fact that they have someone who got caught having a relationship with an underage like minor, and like being like, oh, he's gonna be at this tournament as like promo for the event, or saying like he's gonna like say his statement at the end of this event, and then like never actually have him say anything, just like bait and switch shit. And then the guy who like ran all those tournaments got in a lot of shit last year because he poured a bucket of water on a homeless guy. He did it, and he filmed it. He filmed it himself to prove it's like, this is why you don't like sleep outside my venue or something like that. People were saying that like, oh, the homeless guy was like harassing people all the time and the police wouldn't do anything about it, and the police told him that he should like pour water on him to like get him to go away. And which is like, even if they did say that, which like, you know, police are shitty a lot of the time, and they might have like given him unsolicited advice, you can't tell anybody that that's what the cops said, because the cops are just going to be like, we never told him to say that, we never told him to do that. Venom the Ryu, yeah. Yeah, he was the guy who made the Mamma Mia thing. He was cool. Venom was cool. I had no problem with him. Why did you take that advice in the first place? So the thing you gotta understand about Z, who is the guy who did it, is his entire... Can you show the Mamma Mia for the fans? So the Mamma Mia was literally wake up Shoryuken, which is like obviously a very normal thing to do in fighting games. You do your invincible reversal as soon as you get back up. You can do it in Smash with Ryu as well. And so that's what you did. If you got knocked down, you could like do a neutral get up and then like do your immediate like frame 1 invincible move to like stop anybody trying to hit you. And you call it the Mamma Mia for some reason. I don't know why. Just wake up Shoryuken. But yeah, Z's whole thing, and it's one of those situations where it's like, guy I didn't like because the vibes were off turned out to be like a huge piece of shit. And like, it's nice that like everybody ended up seeing him the way that like I had seen him for years. I had always been like weird about it, and like been like, this guy like irks me, and everybody be like, oh, he does so much for the scene and this and that, like you're just being a hater. And it's like, yeah, maybe, I don't know, man. But I remember the very first time I ever saw anything about him was him gifting... No, I knew who he was before this, but like one of the first times I was just like, this guy's like an actual asshole, was they like bought a Switch for a kid. Like he was like in the scene, but like he didn't have his own Switch to practice on. And so they filmed him going to the kid's school, like in the high school, and they like filmed him giving the Switch to the kid to like get his reaction and this and that. But the camera had Z, like the person giving the Switch, as the focus for the entire video. And the kid who like got it would like walk out of frame, and like the camera would never like pan off of him. And I was like, that's weird, man. Like, it's obviously about you, but you know, you gave the kid a Switch, so it's like, maybe I'm being a hater. And then he would just do shit like that constantly, where it's like very obviously self-serving more than anything else. And it culminated with him filming himself assaulting a homeless man. It sounds like what you'd see in satire. Yeah, kind of. It wasn't like super obvious, but I remember watching the video and just be like, it's like, it seems like self-aggrandizing more than anything else. And then, I don't know, I felt like maybe I'm just being an ass. And then, I don't know, then he just was a constant asshole over and over and over again. He used the fact that he exploited his friend who got into a bad situation. The whole thing with Ally, if you don't know, is there was like some weirdness in the Smash community, and a lot of people who were like predators got outed. And Ally was one of the best players in the world, and he had like, I don't know what it was, like it was like not nearly as like grotesque as a lot of this other shit, right? Where it's like people have been preying on minors for years and this and that. There was like, I don't know, a minor had like come on to him or something. I'm trying to remember the exact details, but like he had like reciprocated and he was like, I shouldn't have done that. And it's like, I don't really, you know, it's not right. Obviously, like a space with kids, he probably doesn't need to be there anymore, right? Like it's okay for him to go away. But I don't think a lot of people see him as like a total monster. It's kind of like, you know, it's weird, but it's not, it's just like your life shouldn't be ruined for it necessarily, but like nothing says you need to be able to be allowed to like be in this space with minors, right? It's like I don't think he should go to jail or anything like that. I don't know all the exact details, but this guy who was in this bad situation of his own making, but you know, for what seemed like all intents and purposes was trying to make amends for it. They decided to thrust him into the situation where it's like he's being used as a, I don't know, they're like using him to promote these events as like the only like non-woke tournament, like that type of shit, where it's like I don't know what's going on with him, but I feel like, you know, if I had fucked up and I was trying to atone, that kind of thing would probably make me feel worse, because I would feel like I'm being like put on the spot and like a sideshow. And I don't know, the whole situation was just like really, really weird. But then being like, okay, this is the first time he's ever like decided to speak up about it, and we're gonna hear his side. And then everybody like waited till the end of the event, and they like got so much ad money from this tournament. It was like just a random local that had like thousands and thousands of viewers, and then they just ended it, and then, you know, blue balls to everybody, which was like the goal from the beginning. They just wanted the ad revenue. And you can say it's smart or whatever, like, but it's unbelievably exploitative, right? And self-serving at the end. He didn't care about his friend. He didn't care about any of that. He just wanted to make some money for himself. It sucks. But anyway, yeah, I don't know what's up with him. I think he, all the other companies, or other organizations, I should say, they're not real companies, that were like working with him don't anymore. Whole thing is just, I don't know, man. Either land or you go wide with other people. I don't know what that means. Should have made an icebergy power build rather than intelligence build. Intelligence icebergy is awkward. I get that. Okay, I got 99 int. So I can't get any more int. But our speed's up to 700, so we're definitely going to finish tonight. That's cool. A one-day build. I might stream a little bit during the day tomorrow. Tiana and I are going to probably hang out at night. But it depends on how tired I feel after boxing. Because I'm going to go do some training in the morning. Such a wild time. It was the height of BLM protests in Cove, and then all Smash Sexual Predators got outed. The thing that like bothers me still is that other scenes look at Smash and go like, well, Smash was full of predators. At least our scene's not like that. And it's like the difference is the Smash scene like actively took steps to out all of the problems. It was bad, and those people should not have, you know, been able to do what they were doing for as long as they were able to get away with it. But ultimately, people took steps to make the space safer for minors and for at-risk people. And people see that as like a failing because it was like out in the open. And it's like, your scene's got predators, brother. The difference is you don't care enough to do anything about it. FGC had a ton of grime in the old days. It still does. The thing that's crazy to me is that the whole like Smashers stink thing, because it's like, if you've ever been to an FGC event, you know it's not Smash, you know it's just any group of people. And I've said this in other videos where it's like, Smash tournaments smell like kids who didn't shower, right? Kids who like don't have proper grasp on how to like properly present as adults in an adult space. But the FGC smells like an actual dumpster. Like, these people are like, one, they're like definitely old enough to know better, and it's unbelievably bad when it's bad. Are FGC players so fucked up? It's just, I think it's any cross-section of community that relies on in-person social interaction. And I think on top of that, there's a little bit of hero worship, or a lot of hero worship, that allows people to get away with it. There's not a lot of like sports and other like competitive endeavors that have just open brackets where anybody can play, right? So there's a huge disparity in skill level, and because of that, there's like weird power dynamics. I feel like everything is focused on so much on online scenes, not as much on in-person events, that it's hard to get a consensus for the scene as a whole. Yeah, and also things are, I mean, for better or for worse, it's easier to keep track of people being creeps now, right? Maybe they just need parents? Brother, we could all use some parents. Because at least online you have like records of people being creeps, right? If someone says something fucked up to you in a live setting, that shit is ethereal. It goes away. Ephemeral is probably the better word. Alright, we're Elder now. So our stats are real bad, but we're almost there. I need 10 more life. Training check. Can I get 10 in life? I can... Okay, Elder is still 11 to 14 in life. That's so crazy. I hate it when the Fupa knocks my deck over. I don't know, they got rogue Fupas. There's a guy whose breath stank so bad. I mean, last weekend, when I was playing Commander, I literally gagged in front of him out of reflex on accident. I dated a girl like that once. I went on like 3 dates with her. She was a friend of my... We weren't like actually... I don't know. We weren't really dating. But she's a friend of my cousin's. And we had gone on a couple of dates. And, you know... It wasn't serious yet, but... And then there was one night where I invited her over, and her breath was so bad that I, like, actually, like, my eyes watered. I was like, I did the... And I was like, you gotta, like, brush your teeth or go or something. And then, the next day I got a text from her, and she was like, oh, I can't hang out tonight, I got family stuff. And I was like, all right, whatever. And so I'm thinking, like, I, like, hurt her feelings. And I felt bad. And then I got a text from my cousin who was like, yeah, she's actually hanging out with this other guy. And I'm like, oh, okay, true. His problem now. I don't feel bad about it anymore. She just had to lie to me about, like, going out with her family. And I was like, yeah, it's okay. I'm totally fine with it. I felt like legitimately bad though. I was like, I think I really hurt her feelings. Spoiled by the Monster Rancher community? Oh, for sure. Went on a date with a girl one time, best friend's girlfriend's friend. And the date was fine, but I wasn't interested in pursuing anything. At the end of the date, I didn't know what to do, so I ended up giving her a high five and walked back to my house. Hell yeah. Dudes rock, man. That's so sick. Yeah, I haven't been on a ton of like really bad dates in my life. But I've been on a couple and it's just like, alright. I don't know the best way to end this. Like, I don't know. Like, obviously being honest and being like, hey, like, this is fun. I'm not interested in doing it again is, like, the way to do it, but I don't know. I'd rather just be a coward. Okay, I gotta see here, dodge. I can get a 2. Okay, so we're rolling for a 2. And then we can get some life. Okay, so there's only one result we can get here. She was nice. We weren't interested in the same stuff. To the point where I was like, I don't know about this. Yeah, I mean, at least you like knew right away, though, right? Been on a date, and a different one showed up than I was expecting. Oh man, that's that sitcom shit. Okay, I gotta get out of Elder, so we're gonna do some endure drills here. Oh, you know what I can do? I could maybe do instead of wasting time on this. Did I do pool? 3 to 6 on my secondary stat? Okay, we can get a 5 here. Or like a 6 and a 4. We can get a lot of stuff. We're almost max form. Fame already up? No, I gotta do that. Thanks for reminding me. We haven't done a single tournament. I gotta raise my power still, too. I had a similar situation with a date. Just had to keep my distance. Breathe through your mouth the whole time until... Oh my god. Text on the right starting position doesn't really matter. We're not starting in slot 1. So what's in slot 1 doesn't matter. These are both just like cheap hit techs. And we're diving pressing. Perfect. We got the 5. Hell yeah. Need a diving press emote? Can't remember who has one. Yeah, someone has it. Oh, it's is it Evie? Okay, let's get our power back up. Plan so I can't use the advanced here, so I always end my training with powder to make sure I'm skinny. That's a good idea, regardless. I might have to do it. Because I'm only 95 right now. I'm probably going to feed it, like, cup jelly instead of the thing I normally feed it on the 4th week. Especially since I'm going to rest it here. Yeah, the threats emote. I've been lucky to where I've not really had a bad date, but then again, I didn't date a lot. Casey was my 3rd girlfriend. Now we've been together going on 13 years. Yeah, I didn't date a lot either. He doesn't like the cup jelly. Okay, 93 skinny. Oh, I should have fed it the star prune. I forgot. I only had like one girlfriend in high school. And then that ended really badly. She was not okay. And like, it's fine, you know, kids go through a lot of shit. She was going through like a lot of shit. And I felt for her, but also, you know, I was not mature enough to deal with the problems she needed me to help her deal with. And then first girlfriend was a horse girl. Say no more. And then when I got to college, I dated a girl briefly. Well, I guess before that I had a girlfriend too. I took like a year off where I was dating someone pretty seriously. But that was like maybe looking back like the worst point in my life, like for my mental health. I was dating a girl who was older. I was 18 at the time and she was like 21, I think. I remember her being like a senior when I was a freshman. And then after high school, we dated a little bit. But she was like not ready for a relationship. And there was like another guy. And I was the other guy. And then someone else was the other guy. There's just like, it was not good. And I was like really fucked up because it was the first like serious relationship I had been in. And then I wasn't. And then we were dating again. And then we weren't. And it was just like, it really like fucked with my brain. And it was real like unsettling. I'm glad I got out of that. It sucked. Okay, I got 98 form. First girlfriend cheated on me with her stepdad. I think I saw that video. Okay, 100 form, minus 100 form. Bada boom, bada bing. We got it. Under 100 intelligence, under 100 defense, perfect life, power, skill, speed, minus 100 form, 99 loyalty, whatever. I'm not going to fuss over it. 100 fame. Sick. You were underage and pretty sure he got arrested? I haven't seen that video. I definitely... Anyway, this guy's done. Let's freeze him and do some battles. We got 15 minutes before the end of the stream. Ready to miss all the diving presses? He is. Alright, who's got a monster to test? Build Baku for the Deluxe Cup? Hell yeah. I didn't come up with a better name. I'll see if I come up with something better. Inwood? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to change his name to. We'll figure out. The Poop Man? Big Boy Barkus was up there. Dreadwood? What a weight class? Heavyweight. I'll come up with something for later. Oh, Big Pimpy, yeah. Was it 3x Pimpy or something like that? Yeah. 3x Pimpy is the Undertaker, yeah. Undertaker. Okay, Hinwood up first. Hinwooda. What the fuck? Whatever. Another Celius? I'm just making Celiuses, eh? Alright. Start a prediction. Predictions live. Who do you like? Throw a Lumpy in there? You have the right file uploaded? Cool. 3x Pimpy is a sick name. I'm down for that. Dog Walker, because he's going to dog walk everyone. Dog versus Weird Dog Man. He's the least weird dog of these two dogs, which is crazy. 500 people. Undertaker was the next one, right? And then we got some. We got a good list. Regular dog versus regular horse. If you say so. 92% on 3x Pimpy. Alright, that's game one. Game two. Oh, we're going with the triple stabs. The big damage triple stabs. Charge? He's got power. You got a diving press to stop him. No! Power rear leg kick. Never see that. Alright. I think that was the video I was talking about. Something like that. Alright, we got a crit. Alright, GG's. Does Big Puppy have grit? Yeah. We didn't get to see it, but... Okay, who is next? We got... Undertaker. Okay, predictions live. Who do you guys like? Starting at thrust range worked out. 29% chance to hit. Landed it. Gonna start thinking what to raise for combo breaker. Yeah, I think I gotta do a Niton this year. I don't think Niton's super good, and my big regret is I don't want, or my big conundrum I should say is I don't want to have the regret of going there with a monster that I don't think can win it. She got the earn joke. I love it. It's good. How about that new Digimon? People are saying it's the newest Digimon. 78% on a regular dog. Okay, he hasn't dodged an attack yet, by the way. He's literally been hit by every single attack. There we go. It's a new era. Oh, there's the uppercut miss, 33%. And the punch, he's dodging everything. It's a little slap. Diving press, all right. Well, there goes the guts lead. Doesn't matter so much when you do all the damage to yourself. There's the grit. Come on, do something. Doing 300 damage to yourself to lose is pretty funny. GG's. Big Puppy too big? He is pretty big. Okay, who's next? Racing Stripe? Or is it Grass Shaker? Okay, prediction is live. Will he just die again? Surprised at how big that recoil was? Yeah, that was unfortunate, but put him in range to die to the punch. He got the grit, but then couldn't land an attack. It happens. Never signed up to a tournament. He's learning as he goes. Yeah, he's just getting his reps in. He doesn't know he's supposed to dodge. Okay, we got almost everybody on Grass Shaker now. The people have like lost hope in a regular dog. You know, full on DGen gambler builds. I mean, that's what I did here. Got some slaps, but we got a big guts in a regular dog. Double diving press. GG's. Oh, he's still up. Okay. Well, you guys bet wrong. You guys bet wrong every time. That's crazy. Big payout. He's dead, Jim. Had to bet on your boy. A lot of people bet on your boy. Everyone, except for like one person, bet on your boy. And I probably would have as well. It's the more powerful monster for sure. Okay. Shrike. To shreds, you say. Also lumpy. Yeah, let me do lumpy. Oh, and his wife? To shreds, you say. Son of Quap. You don't got it, macho. That's okay though. Shrike was the next one. Okay, we got a Garuda. Prediction is live. Who do you guys like? You're not getting out of bed? I feel that. I don't blame you. I wouldn't either. Testing against heavyweights. Can I enter mine? Yep. Maybe I'd have better luck as player too. That's the strat. Being comfy? Hell yeah. 88% on Shrike. Here we go. Good rush slash opener. Another one. 40% on diving press. A third. He's got power. Power charge. Gonna miss 53. Bite 56. He's got ease. Okay. Ease is gone. Oh, the diving press. Why diving? Okay. He hit every attack again. It's so funny. I'll dodge an attack at some point, I think. Oh, we dodged the slash combo? Okay. He didn't diving press. He did the right thing. Charge miss. He still has power. Oh, it ran out. Dude, are you for fucking real? I dodged one fucking attack in, like, how many games is that? Oh my god. Since the golem. Oh, well. He got the ease hit. That was hype. Throw a Hatter in there? Nah, I'm going to let other people turn their monsters go. Unless nobody else has one. The Poop Man? Oh, is the Poop Man real? I thought you were saying that's what I should call it. You said that like right away. I'm not going to do too many more. We're almost out of time. He's 1-3 right now. He has not, like, enjoyed dodging. The Poop Man. The Poop Man. Try fighting the Poop Man. Sounds like a Dark Souls hint. Dogs eat poop, it's true. The loathsome Poop Man. The Poop Smith. Alright, 92% on the Poop Man. We dodged. We're in there. Dodge the heavy blow. It's still chilling. Alright, big diving press miss. Don't like to see it. Back low hits. What do we got? Diving press to the play, baby. The power. Alright. We simply will never dodge. It's okay, though. Oh, you had time! Okay, he's still in it. Diving press time. See? Diving press time. We're going to game 3. Uno más. Oh, big heavy blow dodge. The charge gonna land, a little bit of damage. Heavy blow gonna do a good chunk. They got the same amount of guts. The flying mask, the crit. you know. You'll dodge one of these days, brother. You got like 2 dodges in there in 3 games. That's not too bad. It's like, it's very funny how unlucky he's been. Maybe I should have got... I don't even know if 2 bites would have made a difference. Using less Dust Cloud might have been a good idea, but it is what it is. I didn't want him to be able to spend guts on anything other than Diving Press. And he's landed enough Diving Presses for me to be happy. It's just, you know, matches haven't gone the way I expected. Or they've basically gone how I've expected, just not how I want them to. Me, myself, and I? Let's do that. Okay. Prediction is live. Who do you like? Baku's not like a great monster, and it's kind of hard to like make him more consistent than I have with a tech that sometimes does 300 damage to myself. Yeah, the drop in power and skill to have more life is pretty cool. It would be a shame if someone were to diving press it though. 71% on me, myself, and I. Okay, good opening. Can we get power? We don't even need it. Okay, charge miss. Alright. GG's. Cool. Cool match. He's one button Billy, he is. Ooh, I'll take the giant whip miss. That makes me feel good. Hey, we hit a charge into the diving press. Yeah, the 1-2, the sacred combo. You need to set up your kill move. Diving press doesn't do enough damage otherwise. Okay, you gotta finish him off, brother. You gotta attack again. Alright. And a game 3. Ooh, good spiral rush. Jump. Jump. We're still in it. No power, though. I don't think we're going to win this. It's unfortunate. Oh, well. Not a fan of tongue slap. The point is to not use anything other than diving press. If I'm already risking it on diving press, why would I double up? Has he grit yet? Yeah, like twice. He hasn't grit in the time where it's mattered, but he has grit. Alright, I'm gonna try one Tori Johnny. Tori Janai, yeah, sorry. So he's like what, 1-4, 1-5. He's not done particularly well, but he's gone to game 3 a lot. Dreadwood, I guess I could Dreadwood it. He'll start dodging once he's renamed. He hasn't reached his full potential yet. Racing Strike was up for exhibition match. Oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna type that in and I forgot. My bad. I'll do that next. 91% on the bird. 400 damage to myself? Fuck off. This is like unbelievably over, yeah. There's the grit. Can I dodge? I can. Good dodge. Glad I've got Dust Cloud. What would I do without Dust Cloud? Another one? Another crit? Diving press here would be funny. Oops, my bad. I made a 1 life Baku for welterweight? I think so. Okay. Power. Power Dust Cloud. Into a crit Power Dust Cloud? Oh my god, that was the shortest power I've ever seen in my life. He lives the charge. He's got a huge amount of guts. Grit. We can do this, baby. You and me. You're still alive. You're still alive. You gotta attack. You must attack. You must do something. You fucking... Oh, dumb. Attack! Oh, well. What are you gonna do? Your opponent hits everything, attacks over and over again. Your guy doesn't attack. What are you gonna do? He's dead. I know. We have not had the best luck with him. Not very pimpy of you? Yeah. You know what? It's time. It's 3 times pimpy, baby. We're unlocking his full potential here. Let's go. Also, hey, Zach, how you doing? Come on, 3 times pimpy. He's just deformed enough. Fight Rattlebox if you want. Fellow Diving Press monster and me eat you now. Okay, I'll take a look. What do we got? 94% on 3 times pimpy? You believe in the potential. Oh my god! He can't fucking land a single attack. It's so crazy, man. Power Diving Press. In case you need to do 12,000 damage. Oh, that's okay. We got him on the next one. We got him on the next go-around. There we go. Killed him. He went for it. I respect it. Next game. We go next. Another bite throw miss. Big 50 guts lead. What do we do with it? Bite? Bite's an okay play. Okay. All right. 3 times pimpy, baby. It took the name. We needed to change the name. He's unlocked his full potential. He's unstoppable now. I haven't changed it for real, so I'm gonna have to keep adjusting it. Oh, regular dog. Okay. And then that was versus Rattlebox. Diving press fight? Hell yeah. Okay, predictions live. He's unstoppable now. 4 times pimpy? Oh my god, that's a level of inbreeding we haven't even seen yet. Suma's a weird build. I mean, it seems good. You got a good assortment of techs. It's just that Baku is just very gambly. Either it lands or it doesn't. $52, $58, $42. Okay, here we go. Diving press versus diving press. The diving press misses. The uppercut misses. He's slowly getting back into it. That one's gonna land. You get smoked. That's okay. You can't put 3 times pimpy in a corner. Okay, well, not good. Oh, no, he's too inbred. He couldn't see it coming. His eyes are cross-eyed. Okay. Whose monster has not fought? Dreadwood is the last one, and then we're going to call it. We're going back. And then I want to give him a shot on something. Okay, and then everyone's had a monster fight. And I'll have him fight one of my other guys. Predictions live. I'll have him fight Geist. A true top tier matchup. Pimpy got stoned, he did. He doesn't have the genetics for it. They're in the makings of a varsity athlete. Okay, what do we got? 92% on a regular dog. He's not even 3 times Pimpy anymore. Doesn't need to be. Oh, he's got the grit. Dreadwood's still in there. He's not out yet. The long punch missed. Dust Cloud only sitting at 58% chance. Oh, the charge gonna land though. You can throw those pitbulls like a discus. You can't. Holy fuck. Alright. GG's. That's what Baku do. Now it's time. Who do we fight? I got a bunch of stuff in here. What are you waiting for? The tech removal color Pandora? I think it is. So that's not good. Twiddle me this. Seabiscuit. I forget who Smivers is the Aqua Mask. Wait, oh, Geist. Yeah. Hell yeah. This is real. Who do you like? Prediction is live. Geist, who got 9th place at the last Deluxe Cup. Totally a legitimate monster. Pimpy Sun off. Oh my god. What in the world is wrong with the card art? Wait till you see the other guy. I mean the monster. 10k points on the line? Damn. Well, I mean, he does probably ostensibly have the advantage. Let's see. Who's got it? They're all intelligence attacks, baby. Okay, hit with the press. He's in there. The charge miss at 50-50. Oh, Geist gonna take it. Game number 2. 400 damage. Holy shit. Yeah, that's over. Guy's too good, man. He's just wins by doing nothing. What's wrong with that mochi? You can't ask that. You're not allowed to ask that. I'm gonna take it up with HR. Anyway. So, what's actually wrong with that mochi is that he's a galley subtype, and there is no mochi galley. So what it tries to do is it takes the last texture that was loaded into the game, and then tries to apply that to mochi. Mochi from Streets? That is Mochi from Streets. It's a real mochi hidden in the game files. No, that's the monster I entered in the last Deluxe Cup. Isn't there a way he's invisible? Yes, if you don't load any textures at all, he'll be invisible completely. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. Baku is like kind of not a good monster, but he is a lot of fun to watch because he can just instantly win at any time. And sometimes that's better than being good. Being interesting, sometimes better than being proficient. Ask your favorite band. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Sorry I didn't get to stream as much this week as I wanted to, but this was a lot of fun. I'm glad we got to hang out, and I'm gonna go to sleep. So have a good one. Thank you, thank you.
All right.